Have you pushed the live?
I did.
Okay.
We're
Still.
supposedly officially live now.
Okay. Let's see.
All right. We'll see.
Okay. I think we are live now.
Fantastic. Only 50 seconds, 15 seconds in this time. Welcome, everybody. So glad to have you here. And I'm thrilled that we're back with another fantastic brooch sale. I've got some stellar pieces tonight, as does Nate. There's a Russian lacquer brooch that you guys are really going to want to see because it is super unusual and really gorgeous. And speaking of Nate and all of his wonderful items, Nate's joining us from
I
New
thought you were
Zealand.
speaking of unusual, and speaking of unusual, Nate, hi.
Hi, Nate. No, not at all.
That
Nate
was
is
a
not
great
any.
segue.
Yes, it was wonderful. Good to have you, Nate.
Lovely.
How's the weather there?
Lovely to be here. It's a beautiful, beautiful autumn day today. Really, really warm outside. The night was really chilly, and so I was snuggled up, and the day's just perfect. I love these autumnal days.
Autumn is probably one of my favorite seasons.
Mm.
I think that the weather is cool and crisp, and there's just this hope in the air that's kind of amazing. And it enters into the holiday season, which I just adore and love. So now that we're getting into summer here, I like it because, of course, that means we get to go to the beach and enjoy the pool and all the outdoor things. But it is brutally hot here in the summer. So as we like to joke around in Jacksonville, it is Floridian hibernation season. So we're getting ready to basically go from the air conditioning car and scurry into the inside.
Yeah.
If you're out by the water, but I'm jealous of your fall weather.
Oh, it's beautiful here, I must admit.
Well, it looks like we've got some folks in the chat, so we're going to do some hellos. If you guys are coming over here from Pam's channel, thank you so much. Pam is a doll. She gave us a nice shout out tonight. And of course, if you haven't been following Pamela Blanchard, she's got some amazing things that she's been getting from England. She just came back from the England trip, and it's really fun watching her live sales. So do check in on those on Saturday at 8:00, just before our time slot. If you don't know who Pam is, she's amazing.
And she was on with Gabby, who went with her to England. And Gabby had this amazing alabaster and marble bust of a Dutch girl. And I can't tell you how that's my jam. I mean, it is just so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. I'm dead jealous, really.
Yeah, the carving is amazing. And I'm still thinking about how Gabby got that all the way back in her luggage from England because the thing weighs a ton. And I have no idea how she did it. So that's amazing to me. I have a group of friends here that go to England twice a year. They own an antique mall and they go on a big buying trip and they buy things and they ship things home. So I was asking Gabby about, what a small little box would cost, just to get an idea. Because I realized you can't use pirate ship internationally. It's only here to international.
Yeah.
So in England, pirate ship and the simplified export rate does not exist. And if you guys are in the chat and saying, what is that? It's sort of a technical shipping rate that we use on pirate ship to get you guys a really good rate if you are overseas somewhere. And I thought, they don't have that. So I kind of wondered, how this antique mall is able to ship all these things home if the box is like $100, $150 to ship. But I guess it's worth their while. Plus, of course, they have a wonderful trip there.
I imagine that they would probably be bringing big things. I mean, there's a sort of a scale there. I'm sure it's expensive to send $50, $100 boxes, but if you were to rent like half a shipping container or something, you'd probably find the cost goes down dramatically.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. But that's just, I'm so jealous that they got to go. I love England and would love to go back and visit it. So that's cool.
It's so chocker with great stuff everywhere. It's just great stuff everywhere. Yeah, I'm so jealous too.
I would love to go to the sterling markets in England and just get all the things they have, because my friend Denise that gets all the amazing jewelry, and I brought some pieces of hers to my sale. She buys these things from England that I've just never seen before, and they're amazing. They're in her shop, and sometimes I'm lucky enough to score a piece and bring it here to you all. And I just, her things are amazing. So yeah, they've definitely got the quality on every corner.
Yeah. Let's say hello to a few people.
We've got Angela in the chat tonight, and Angela is our moderator extraordinaire. Nate always says that we cannot do the sale without her, and that is 100% true.
We totally can't. We've proved it, yeah. So Angela is our mod. Whatever she says goes. Just for this 2-hour period, of course, and then it goes back to being me, being right about everything. But Angela's our go-to for everything. And we've got Virginia, hello, here as well. Got an adorable card from you, Katie.
Oh, Virginia, I'm so glad you like that. My mom has been working so hard on the cards that we send out with all of the packaging, and my mom does an amazing job. My grandma, she ties all the ribbons on. And let me say, they're not ribbons, they're string. Grandma has corrected me. She is the packager extraordinaire. She really does know all these things about gift wrapping and does a great job. And my mom spends so much time looking for things that would be cute on all of the packaging, and she never wants it to be the same. So you guys will most likely get a different thing every week you buy something from us. If you do purchase. And my mom works really hard on the cards. So she's very proud of that. And I'm proud of all the work she does. It's really a team effort, but it's fun that we get to do it together. So that's great. And Kim is here. Welcome, Kim.
Hiya, Kim. I've heard of Peter Pan peanut butter, but we don't have it here.
Oh, you don't? What's your brand of peanut butter? Do you have Jif?
Jif does get imported in. We've had Sanitarium, which is a market leader in lots of food here for years and years. That's a funny
name.
Sanitarium. Yeah.
Yeah, our Jif. Jif is the American classic, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah. Joe. Hey, Joe, buddy. Nice to see you.
Welcome, Joe. Glad to have you here. And Nettie is here. Welcome, Nettie.
Hiya, Nettie. Nate really enjoyed. Oh, Joe did the homework. Joe did the assignment, because last time we were on and you you leapt out and said, "Hey, hold the baby, Nate." And I said, "Has anyone heard of Henning May?" And I encouraged people to go and listen to it. And Joe has. I think he's really cool. He's really, really cool.
That's amazing, Joe. Congratulations. Well, I don't know what I'm congratulating you on, other than the fact that you did listen to Henning May and you enjoyed some fantastic music. Yeah. So Nate has excellent music taste. Anytime Nate shares something with me, I immediately listen to it, because Nate and I are very much on the same wavelength with music. He's the one that totally got me into Nina Simone. And I am obsessed. I just love her voice. It is so soothing. So Nate's great.
Tanya. Welcome in. Lovely to see you. And Rosemary as well. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Rosemary. And Monica Gear is here. Welcome, Monica. Glad to see you.
Hi, Monica. Janet Green as well, my friend Janet Green. Hi, Janet. And Denise.
Denise, I just got an email from, and she was explaining how much she loved that multicolored brooch and is going to wear it for Easter, and she enjoyed the pieces from my mom. So Denise, thank you so much for sending that. I always love hearing feedback from you guys. It just makes my whole week, especially something that my mom made, because I know how many hours she puts into these things, and she's really proud of them, and I think they're great. So thank you. And of course, Nate, your brooch will be a hit at the Easter parade. I think she'll be the best dressed there.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Sally, Thrifted Not Hoarder Sally. Hiya, Sal. Nice to see you.
And Debbie K is here as well. Welcome, Debbie. Glad to have you in.
Hiya, Debbie. Heidi Esterholm. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for coming in. And Patricia Wishan, our friend Patty Cake. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. Glad to have you. And Greg is here. The whole family's tuning in. That's exciting.
Hiya, Greg. And Sheila Fruman. Hi, Sheila. Lovely to see you again. I just saw Sheila and Pam's.
Oh, Sheila, glad to have you here. I think I saw you also in Pam's. You know, it's so hard for me to say hello to everyone because when Pam's sale is on, I'm usually getting my dinner and getting ready for this sale. So I'm kind of in and out of the chat a little bit if I do get the luxury of actually being in her sale, which I love because I just love Pam. So tonight was a real treat. I was actually like home early. And I was able to just relax. I actually had a cup of coffee and was eating some pie while I watched Pam, and it was absolutely glorious. And then I had to get up and do other things before the sale. So I was kind of in and out of the chat, but I'm glad I got to be there.
And it's a lovely, if I haven't said, Sheila, that's a lovely photo of you. That's just such a charming photo. I love that. Sharon Spencer, welcome in. And Jane Franklin as well. Welcome in, Jane.
Welcome in, Jane. Glad to have you here. And Lisa's tuning in. Lisa, welcome.
Hiya, Lisa. And Perla's Precious is here as well. Hiya, Perla.
Hi, Perla. Sorry we skipped over you. And Dawn Domain is here. Welcome, Dawn.
Hiya, Dawn. Lovely to see you again. Robin Cormier is here as well. And Princess. Tippy Winks Vintage, which is Christy Garza. She's got a lovely little cat and dog. I can never whose name
Nick is here.
Hey, and Nick, buddy, welcome in. Willie Joe, Rachel. Hey, nice to see you. Welcome in.
It was a great day. I was showing Nate some of the pieces I got today. I went to a gem and mineral show. And I didn't pick up a ton, but it's kind of a convention center space that it's at the fairgrounds that has this incredible gem show. And I was showing Nate some of the jewelry that they had for sale. And I took lots of pictures because I know Nate would have just had a field day being there and talking to all the vendors. And I got this amazing piece of rhodochrosite, which is really special to me because it looks like bacon, which is cool. But the other thing is it comes from all over the place. But Denver, where my brother lives, is known for rhodochrosite from the Sweet Home mine. And it just closed, the mine. So all of the pieces of rhodochrosite in Denver and from other places are hundreds of dollars. They're just very expensive. So I bought a very tiny cabochon of rhodochrosite when I was in Denver. That I think was about $30, but I got a big chunk today that's just the most gorgeous, absolutely stunning piece for about $25, and that was a steal of a deal from Brazil. Now, it's not from Denver, but I just was really thrilled to get it, and I showed it to Nate, and you were telling me that there are people that just collect bacon.
Yeah, stones. I love stones, I love minerals and things, but there is a group of collectors, mineral stone collectors, that only collect stones that look like bacon. And Katie showed me this, and I said, that these group of people who just collect stones that look like bacon, there's a surprising number of them. And she said, that's really weird because we refer to them as bacon stones as well. But yeah, there's a really unusual subcategory of rockers that like stones that look like bacon. So
and this does look like a gorgeous slice of bacon.
Although there is cautionary tales as well. I collect gems and stones, and every week I come across something that I've never heard of, and I'll do my due diligence, and I'll Google it, and I'll find, this comes from there, and it's this on a Mohs scale, it's refractive index or whatever. I'm really interested. And Katie bought these.
Oh, yeah.
This polished stone and this rough of the same material. And I can't bring it to mind what it's called, and I'd never heard of it. And I looked it up and found out that in its rough form, it's actually asbestos.
Which is not great. But of course, I didn't know that. And the lady was telling me it comes from Afghanistan, and it's very hard to find here in the States. And I had never seen it before, but this lady's prices were incredible. She's where I got the rhodochrosite from. And I bought these 2 pieces of rutile, rutilated quartz that I love for like $6 a piece. She was very reasonable. She was not overpricing anything. She seemed to really know her stuff. And so I thought, okay, I definitely trust that this is like legit, not dyed. She didn't buy or sell anything dyed. So I bought it and I just loved it. And it's funny because Jeffrey was with me and he picked up the same piece and had been looking at it. We had gotten separated during the show. And then my other friend, Brandon, who was with me, had also picked it up and looked at it and was like debating it. So eventually I came along and I bought it because I fell in love with it. And Nate looks it up and he's like, and she gave, when you purchased the polished form, she gave you a raw chunk with it. Because she's like, I love for people to show the story. Like, you know, here's how it is raw. Here's how it is polished. And it's the most gorgeous shade of green. And then I had no idea that it was. So I ended up ditching the freebie that I got because we felt that maybe that wasn't good to have. But in its polished form, Nate, you said it's, as long as it's not like, you know, chipping away, it's
That's
fine.
right. It should be okay.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous and it's really cool. It's a big hefty hunk. So that was fun. I did pick that up, but it's cool researching this stuff with Nate because we always are learning things about different minerals and rocks and things. And Nate's the one, I blame him totally for getting me addicted to rutilated quartz.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. It's the best thing that's ever happened because I've entered into a whole new world of learning, which is really fun.
Yeah. And you have actually just recently given me a new collection that we'll talk about maybe at some stage. If you abandon me on screen, I'll talk about the collection that I'm starting up. But
you gotta tell people, Nate. You gotta, yes, go for it.
Well, I've started a collection of vintage prophylactic tins.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, and this lot that I bought actually has the book, the Bible of prophylactic tins, and that sort of hits a lot of buttons for me.
Well, you know what's funny about this book that I did not know is I bought a couple of prophylactic tins because I love the graphics on things. I'm attracted to the graphics, and I think that the little prophylactic tins are like, what a fun little thing to have in your cabinet of curiosities in the bathroom, right? So I bought them from George's buddy Dave, who's a big advertising collector. He's one of my favorite guys. Anytime I go to a big show, I look for Dave. Dave and I could spend 10 years talking. I love Dave. And he said, oh, yeah, these were George's buddy. You know, they came from his collection. And I was so excited to get two of these really amazing tins. And I brought them home and I was on a live, like, you know, on the Speakeasy podcast I do with Jeffrey. And I was talking and George popped in and he goes, oh, that's from my friend's collection. And they were featured in his book on prophylactic tins. And that's so wild because I have
that's the book.
And that's the
book I've just got. Yeah. I love it.
So I can't wait for that book to arrive because Nate and I can look at it together and then look for some of our favorite graphics and like keep an eye out for this new collection. We only have 2, so technically I don't have a collection yet. I need 3.
Well, no, you do, because when those arrive, there's 2 different ones that I've got doubles up on. So you can have one of each of those.
Yes.
So that gives you 4 in a collection.
So I will officially have a collection of prophylactic tins, which are cool.
So if you're out there and you see a prophylactic tin at an antique shop, send a photo to me. Grady Gruppo's here. Hey, Gazza, lovely to see you, buddy.
Hi, Gavin. Oh, and some of those prophylactic tins, take a moment. Those are sleepers. We were having fun the other night, like looking them up online, and some of them, because I guess they were tossed away a lot, it's insane what some of them sell for. There's some really gorgeous ones that are ultra rare. So we're drooling over them all.
It's a perfect thing for a collector, though, because there's a lot of different companies, and companies lasted a while, so their tins changed. So there's all this sort of variation that really hits my collector bone, you know, thinking of like the potential of finding the rare red background one, or you know what I mean. It's just.
Yeah, the peacock one with the peacock feathers, that's one of my favorites. There's an Art Deco one. I think it's like $800 online. But Nate and I were both like, our mouth just fell
Yeah.
open when we saw it online. We're like, oh, we gotta have, So one day I will run into that at a flea market for $1, and I'll be really happy. But we were having so much fun with this, so it's a cool collection. Dan, welcome in. Your happy mail arrived yesterday. Yay!
Oh, fantastic. I know that they do such a good job on the packaging, Dan. I'm so appreciative of Katie and her family for that. I'm so happy you like the brooch too.
Me too. Let's see who else is here. Did we say hello to Kim? I think we did.
Maybe Kim, hello, if we didn't say hello. There's Edward, Al Unico Uno Thrifting Treasures. Hey, buddy.
And Randy is here. Randy.
Hey, Randy, buddy. Nice to see you.
And let's see. I think we said hi to Joe S. and Nettie. Karen is here. She's our other moderator that helps out in the chat. Yeah. And so wonderful. So, Karen, thank you very much.
I got a third bulldog on my package. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, a 3D bulldog, I think.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I gotcha.
Mom was really excited. She came in with these stickers not too long ago. I think those are the ones that are stickers, kind of, or maybe they're cardboard, but they're 3D. And she was like, these are so fun. And I agreed. And then Mom, it's so cute. Mom sits with me as we're, doing the packaging. And she goes, okay, now tell me about Kim. Is she a dog or a cat person? And sometimes I know, and sometimes I don't know. But if you do have a particular color or preference, I will try my best to accommodate for everyone. But it's so fun that Mom even tries to do that level of customization. If we know, then I try to, I'll say, oh, this person has a dog. So, maybe they like a dog, or maybe, different, or here's the brooch they got. And then Mom will try to match the colors. It's really fun to do.
Sharon,
she likes Skippy Smooth peanut butter.
Hi, Shannon Farrar's here. Hi, Shan. Lovely to see you.
Hi, Shannon. Janet Green's here as well.
I think we had Janet. Dana Grace is here as well. Hi, Dana, sweetheart. The real housewife. Nate, let's see your sexy self. I don't have a sexy self. I've got a plain as an arrowroot biscuit self. Katie, have you listened to Livingston? Check out the song Shadow. Okay. I
will write that down. I love Livingston, the band. If it's the same band that we're talking about. Yes, I'm writing that down. Shadow. And if you love, this is kind of different music than anything Nate's recommended, but there's an indie band I love, Sub Radio. They are a 5-person band from Washington, D.C. They all started in high school, and they just are releasing some new songs that they mixed and mastered with Neil Avron, who's a huge pop punk producer, amazing, well-known producer in the music industry. And they're just a little indie band that got enough shares of this video on Instagram and YouTube to get Neil's team to see it. And they've produced this album. They flew out to California. They got a record deal, and they're just starting to gain some more traction. But they've got this new album out, and there's a song called Nothing's Broken. And it just released a couple Fridays ago. But take a minute and listen to that, because it will just do your heart good. It's really amazing.
I've taken a note of that Livingston Shadow, so I'm going to have a listen to it a bit later on. Thanks very much for the recommendation. Proud Americans here. Hey, Delbert, buddy. Nice to see you. Babs as well. Hi, Babs on Bondo.
And let's see, Susan Romey's here as well. Welcome.
There's the trifecta. Hiya, Susan. Who else is here? We've been just lollygagging dreadfully, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Let's see. Something about a bacon. I put a Frisch's
big boy out of business from the endless bacon buffet.
That sounds good. Let's see. Oh gosh, I would die to go to the Tucson Gem Show. I think I'd be overwhelmed, but in the best way possible. I would love that.
I pretty much love it too. Junk Waffle is here as well. Hi, Junk Waffle. Welcome in.
Junk Waffle, glad to have you here. Carly's here as well.
Hey, Carly. We always knew Nate was into sexy stuff. Right next to the family syringe. I've got that family syringe displayed proudly.
Hi, Mom. Welcome from Florida. Glad to have you in the chat.
Hey, Jeannie.
Yes, Mom is. She's on the lookout for decorations. Let's see.
Okay, have we got everyone? Oh no, Blue Phoenix is here as well.
Phoenix is here.
Receive my amber brooch made me so happy from this. Oh, have you had a bad week, sweetheart? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Amy. I'm really glad you're doing better with this package.
Yeah, I'm glad that cheered you up. Larry Hunter. Is that a new dude? Is that a new?
I think Larry is new. Welcome, Larry.
Hey, Larry, buddy. Nice to have you along. If you have been here before and I've forgotten you, I'm really sorry. I'm senior. But welcome in.
And Sandy Spiff Vintage is here. Welcome, Sandy.
Hiya, Sandy. Lovely to see you. Kim Fogel's here as well. Hey, Lynn Fogel is here. Lynn, nice to see you.
Hi, Lynn. And Heidi says that she loves the lemon jewelry that's on her counter. My kitchen collects my rings and jewelry. Oh, good. I'm so
that's very cool.
Yes. Yeah, the Tucson show's amazing. And the Denver show as well. And then apparently there's something in Bali that one of our local gem and mineral rock shops, they go to this Bali thing, and I don't know, all of it sounds like heaven. But anyway, I could talk about that for 10 years. So I think we ought to jump into our first giveaway.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think we're like 28 minutes in or something. Sorry, people.
Yeah, we're chatty. We are a chatty group.
Yeah. Okay, so people, welcome in, Mary Beth. Lovely to see you. We have giveaways. We have 3 giveaways at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the sale. They are open to everyone to enter into. You don't need to intend to purchase anything to enter a giveaway. We cover the postage, no problem. Now, it's letters of the alphabet, as you know, so 1 letter at a time, but you can guess as many times as you like. Good luck, people.
And tonight we have a slew of mystery giveaways. These are my favorite giveaways because, of course, I can try to theme the item to the person that wins it if I know them. And I love the idea that you're getting a fun little surprise to brighten your week in the mail. So those are our giveaways tonight. And like Nate said, we do have 3 throughout the show. And I'm going to start looking for the letter and see if anyone has guessed it. Right now, I don't see it.
Okay, Rachel, I've just made a note of Angie Aparo. I'll have a look at that too. Okay, let's see.
Let's see here. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, okay, I see it now. Okay, so Nate, I'll have you, when you find it, text it to me so that we can verify, because I a couple of times got the wrong person. I don't want to do that.
Wow, I haven't come across it yet. Oh, okay, I see it. I'm just going to message you now.
Yep, message me and let me know. While we're waiting for Nate's message to come through, I will show this little short video of today at the fairgrounds. This is how big the Gem and Mineral Show is. So this is nothing compared to Tucson or Denver, but for Jacksonville, it's a pretty cool little thing that they've got. And I see the giveaway as Sheila Fruman. Congratulations, Sheila.
P for Paris. Congratulations, Sheila. Thanks, everyone, for entering. Another one about midway and one more at the end of the sale.
Sheila, congrats. That is a fantastic win. And, of course, we've got 3 more giveaways to do. Stick away. Stick away. That didn't come out right. Do stick around. But we will kick off the sale with just a little bit of housekeeping. And tonight, I saw some new folks in the chat. So for all of our regulars, thanks for hanging out during this. And for all of our new people, this is how the sale will work. So if you claim an item from either Nate or me, I do need the following information from you. And that is your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping address with zip code, and your PayPal email. And if you wouldn't mind sending that to Katie at katiescreations1.com. I need all of that information as well if you win one of our giveaways. That way I can get an email out to you with the tracking number and the shipping address for that giveaway. Also, all the items that you're seeing on screen are shipping from Florida. So even though Nate is in New Zealand, his stock is with me, and all of your purchases tonight will be automatically combined. We are able to give you a fantastic rate through Pirate Ship. We ship internationally anywhere in the world that Pirate Ship can ship, which is pretty much, I think, everywhere. Prices do vary. If you're in Canada, it will probably be around $10 to $20 to ship something there. Overseas, say to Belgium, maybe just a little bit more. And in the States, it's around $3 to $4 shipping for one of my little bubble mailers to make its way to you. And with the sale tonight, I've noticed quite a bit of lag. So do take a moment, make sure that you are in live chat. If you are on a computer, all messages. If you are on a cellular device, I'm not sure why Top Chat exists. It's kind of a useless option. So just go ahead and toggle out of that if you are in Top Chat mode. Also, when bidding on an item, you will see yourself first in the chat. So refreshing throughout the evening will just ensure that you're up to date with the feed. And also, we've got just a new practice that we're doing to be the most fair that we can be on the sale. We try to consider everything when we're setting up how our sale runs, because we want everyone to feel like that they have a fair chance at getting the things they really want. So Nate, could you kind of explain how that works?
Yep, that's right. Basically, if we boil it all down, you can, in fact, outbid yourself at the end of the day. That's the simplest way to explain it. I'm happy to go into it in much greater detail, the reason why we decided to do this. But please be aware that all bids you put in we recognize as bids, even if that is outbidding yourself. And as I say, if you want to discuss that further, happy to take it, talk about it later.
That's right. But overall, it's a great policy, and it does do the best that we can to ensure that everything is as fair as it can be. So thank you guys for coming in tonight. And yes, can attest fantastic shipping to Canada. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can attest. They're great sending to New Zealand. Unfortunately, Katie sent a box to me in New Zealand. It took 13 days to get here, and it's been lost in the postal service since for like 3 months.
And you know, this frustrates me so much because Nate has been purchasing gemstones and little things that he wants to have in his collection. And of course, it's easier to just send it to me because of the shipping. And then in a few months or so, I'll gather up a few items and ship them over. And so we've been piecemealing these small little bits of items over the course of probably about 2 years to Nate. I've been mailing things. And finally, enough packages had gone to Nate that I thought, okay, I think it's safe to just mail the rest of what's here. So I put together a pretty sizable little box of stuff, plus our very favorite yummy canned salmon that Nate just loves. And that was my Christmas gift to him. And I packaged it all up. And I was so excited for it to get to New Zealand. And of course, this one time is the package that goes missing. I'm just like, no. And I'm mad for the gemstones, but I'm really mad that they are holding his canned salmon hostage. So people, no, Nate needs his salmon.
Expecting a ransom note from New Zealand Customs any day. My package is lost. It's not the package with the butterfly tray in, but it is a package with some one particular gift that I'm not going to talk about at the moment.
Yeah.
But because anyway, so let's get started.
All right. So the first item that we have up tonight, Angela, is starting off at $16.
Check Hobbiton. Hi, Sheila Putman. Hello. Hi, Sheila and Sarah.
Hi, Sheila. Welcome. This measures 2 inches in size, and it is starting off at $16. And let me show this to you. I think this is really gorgeous, Nate.
People had asked for cameos, and I come across cameos occasionally, but I just sort of liked this one because it seems to me it's simulating horn.
Yes.
I hope that's not scratched on the surface, Katie. Is that just dust or schmutz? It's coming across as a
Oh
bit.
no, it's just a little dust.
Oh, good.
I can get that off. No,
Yeah.
it's not scratched. It's in really good condition.
Good.
No.
Yeah, I liked this simply because it reminded me this horn simulation. I thought was really, really pleasant. And even someone will always say root beer color, and I don't know what root beer color is, but I guess it's this.
Yeah, root beer is sort of a dark amber color, and I love that it has all of this simulated detail to be like horn or a tortoise shell. It's just really gorgeous. One of the things I often find with these resin cameos is that they're basically a pink color. Sometimes you get blue, but you don't get really much variety. And horn brooches are very expensive, so this gives you the look without the high price tag. And I mean, come on, let's see, is this Blanche?
Oh,
Keep getting them mixed up, but so
I tell you, that looks really nice on that color. That looks really nice.
This is so smart. It's the kind of brooch I think that just elevates your look. And cameos are timeless, so they'll never go out of style.
Yeah.
You can wear them pretty much with anything, dress them up, dress them down, and they'll just be perfectly classic. And this is really nice on this purse. And these little Amazon clutch purses can be elevated into looking like $1 million.
That looks really pretty, actually. I think that looks super pretty. And my glow, actually, there are a few things in the sale tonight that do glow, and I thought I'd made notes of things, but I didn't.
We'll check everything. This does not glow, but it is really beautiful. And you never know what's going to glow, so it totally is worth checking it out. Oh gosh, on a camel coat, that would be incredible, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny Mac. Sorry, Jenny, I saw your name earlier and I forgot. Welcome in, Jenny. It's lovely to see you.
Glad to have you here, Jenny. This is one of my favorite postcards from 1911. It has this sweet little girl, and I love heartiest congratulations, one of my favorite little postcard sayings. So we'll get this sweet girl on our other sweet girl postcard and start the countdown. I just love that. So this is counting down here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end.
I think Heidi's going to take it.
That is wonderful. And I do see Angela mentioning her paint tube brooch. Angela and I both got these JJ paint tube brooches, and we're going to be twinsies when Angela gets hers. Let's see. Heidi. Congratulations.
My mother found a collection of her old postcards written to her father. They're from the early 1900s. Oh, that must be very cool. Oh, that's very cool.
Written to her father. They're from, wow. Oh, Carly, that's amazing. That is really, really cool.
Yeah, thanks very much,
Heidi.
I'm sure you'll love that. I think that's a really sophisticated, that tortoiseshell look. I think that's really lovely.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, let's see. I do have a postcard organizer.
So
that's a big help. And Angela made that all possible. So yay, Angela. She has made my life infinitely easier. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm just gonna go for it. We're just gonna do a big sparkly stunner right off the bat. This brooch I've actually been hoarding for a little while because I really like it. And I know we have some folks that love AB pieces, and so I thought that this one would be quite spectacular to bring for the summertime, because even though it can be very wintry, I think the colors really invoke spring and summer with the blues and the pinks. So this is 2 inches in size, and it is starting off at $25 in the chat. And this is gorgeous. I did buy this from my brooch gentleman on the yard sale, so I did pay up for this, but this one is pretty special.
I see. I haven't seen your brooches.
No, you have not, Nate.
Yeah, well, we picked out mine together, and I didn't have time to see Katie's. I didn't know you were bringing that one.
I am bringing this one because I thought that I needed at least one Whopper in the sale, and this is your Whopper tonight.
You just needed to outshine me. I knew it.
This I don't have really anything quite this big else in the sale, but this one is amazing. The colors are just so Eastery and springy with the blues. You get flashes of yellow and orange and greens and purples. See, that's what I love about these AB pieces, is because they just pick up any color they're on. So they literally work with anything that you're wearing.
Oh, that's such a beautiful piece. That is just amazing. And they're all pastel colors too.
Yes.
You get all of these flashes of these very, very pretty pastels. Maria, hi Maria, lovely to see you.
Maria. And I just thought, with Easter coming up and getting dressed up for different Easter events, this would be so perfect for Easter because of all the little springy colors in this. It kind of looks like an Easter egg with all those pastel colors, and you've got the floral design in this, and it's absolutely amazing. All prong set, all rounds with marquees, and then the little rounds inside are really effective. It is gold tone. I would say that this brooch is from the 60s. There's the back.
Wow.
Got some nice puddling on it, and it
is. Look, Tulip is here. Fatbird Finds is here. Hi, Tulip.
Love.
Hi, sweetie.
Good to have you here. Oh, so we're going to get this on one of our Easter postcards because I think it is perfect for Easter. And I have this Easter postcard that I just absolutely love because it is shiny. And I love it's the Easter egg with the thong. We've determined it looks like a little thong, but it is so pretty. And I think with this stunner, it is just such a fantastic combination.
That is beautiful. Yeah, that is absolutely amazing.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start the countdown on the stunning AB brooch. Look at all the colors it picks up. Perfect for Easter, perfect for spring, just stunning. So here we are at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end, friends. This is a good one.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's the colors, the size, the impact. It's just really great. Hello, Patsy.
Patsy, hi, Patsy M.
And
Noelle is here as well.
Hi, Noelle. Welcome to the chat. Okay, let's see.
Noelle got it.
Noelle.
Great buy. That's
Noelle, that's stunning. You're going to love that.
I'm still loving your every post on Instagram, Noelle. I'm living through the posts of your jewelry at the moment.
Noelle has some incredible pieces. Yeah. So if you guys don't follow Noelle over on Instagram, take a moment after the sale and do that. Yeah. She's got some incredible pieces. I would just spend hours rifling through her collection.
Ginger Mast. Hi, Ginge. Lovely to see you. I don't know if I said hello to Maria Ramirez. Maria, hi, if I missed you.
Shelf Shot Saturday. Nick, I love it. Nick and I've been posting things to Instagram that correlate with different days and have different hashtags. Anyone can join in on this. Of course, it works really well with our love of industrial advertising and that kind of theme, but you could do it with anything. And I think perfect for you guys at home to share some of your things. Shelf Shot Saturday. So you can post anything in one of your shelving displays. And I know we all probably have a lot of them. So that's exciting. I'm here for that. And Ginger is here. Welcome, Ginger.
So nice to see you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of it, Jenny. I don't really do Facebook at all. I can't understand it, to be honest. I like Instagram, but I go through that in fits and starts of posting things. I'll either post every day or I won't post for months.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep up your Instagram posting, but I do try to do something every day, and I like to do one day where I'm getting a bunch of Instagram content ready. Funnily enough about that Instagram content is Vinny and I both thought that our sale together was today. So if I posted on Instagram and told you guys that we were having a sale, I'm very sorry, because we both were prepared for the sale. And then I went in about 5 minutes until 6. I was sitting here ready to log into the stream, and I was like, why does it say the 29th? And then Vinny messaged me. He's like, I'm sorry, our sale is next Saturday. So we both were mixed up, but I had posted all the stuff on Instagram. So I actually have Instagram content ready for next week. Well, guys, we'll get to see it again, which is cool.
Oh, and we're delighted to have you here too, Kim.
Yes, we are. This next brooch Nate got in a recent lot, and when we were unboxing it, I was like, Nate, this design is so cool, and I'm really glad he's bringing it to the sale.
This is circles, isn't it? This is such a cool brooch.
It kind of reminds me of bubbles, like really cool bubbles. But this is starting off at $24, and it's a good size. It measures 2 inches, and it's just, the sparkle on this is really cool.
You know, I thought it was a really interesting combination of this sort of smoky quartz brown and the pale Aurora borealis. Just those 2 colors seems to work really, really well to me. And it's so nicely constructed with this plait around holding the stones rather than prongs. It does look like plaits, does it? Or is that just my eyes?
No, I would agree with you, Nate. I mean, this detailing here is amazing. The little rope detail. It's very different than a prong, but it's ultra secure. And then you've got that amazing Y back. So I would say this is straight out of the 1960s.
Yeah, 1960s.
With the Aurora Borealis. It's just, the movement to this is so interesting.
It's really sophisticated. I'm so glad you picked this one too, this purse. This has got such lovely movement on it.
Wow.
And the placement of the stones, I think it really does appear to be almost completely random. There's pretty much no rhyme or reason to the way those circular stones have been put in. You know what I mean? It's totally random.
Yeah, it's totally random. And what I love about it too is the different sizes. You know, with these AB stones, they're all different sizes, which are really effective, mixed in with those beautiful taupes and ambers that you see there. Really different brooch, really gorgeous. The round brooches I love on a hat because I think they're incredibly cool. On a hat band, you can stick a little sprig of flowers once you pin this on and have something fun, or like a feather coming out of your hat.
Ultra pretty on the hat with that brown, rich brown. That looks really nice.
These are my favorite brooches to wear with this hat because they just match so well. And then, of course, this is also a great brooch that you can put on the tie if you want to do something like tie a Windsor knot and have something really fun on the tie. It's a great look. It's really beautiful.
And it's also quite a masculine look as well, or it certainly could be considered a masculine look. It's not floral or flowery. It's just that basic Easter symmetry of those circles. I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and put this on our best Easter wishes postcard. I love this one because the chickens are getting drunk and they're having a fabulous time enjoying that champagne. And this Easter bunny, he looks mad because they have hatched out of their eggs and they are getting into his champagne. So he's not having it. But I think that this color in the postcard looks really great with this little brooch.
That's nice.
Yeah, very Eastery too, because again, you've got the spring colors in the Aurora borealis stone. And this would be great on a little lapel too, to spiffy up a jacket. So we're going to go ahead and start the countdown on this one at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end, friends. Gosh, this is so gorgeous. Just the design, it's so happy to me and really unique. Something you're not going to see very often in the world of brooches. I certainly haven't. Kim, I'm wearing a really cool brooch that Nate gave me. Nate, I don't know if you noticed this one. I know you've given me several brooches. So this is a sterling brooch.
Oh, yes, I remember that one. That's with the amber.
The amber, I love this. I think it's gorgeous. So
yeah, it's really pretty.
Nate did a really good job. And I thought that the colors in my tie really matched it today.
Oh, look, that went to Laura.
Laura
bought one of my brooches. That's really cool. Thanks so much, Laura. I feel like I've made it.
Congratulations.
One of the fat bird finds has bought some of my jewelry. I've made it.
You have made it. That's exciting. Congratulations, Laura. I will get that all packaged up, and I'm going to send you something special too. All right. Congratulations. That's really gorgeous. Okay. I have up next, we're going to do one of my mom's pieces tonight.
Oh, sweetheart.
Now, my mom, if you do not know, does pottery. She is an amazing potter, and she does some great things at home in her kiln and on her wheel. And she's been making what we call these little jewelies, and I just love them. This is my mom throwing one of the jewelry jars that we have coming up soon for sale in her pottery studio at home. And this is the clay that's raw. It comes, you have to form this little hunk and take it off and then make it into something just absolutely incredible. All of my mom's tools that she uses after one of the pieces that she made. But this particular jewelry is extra special tonight because it has real liquid silver on it. And this is my mom working with the real liquid silver. You have to use a mask when you're applying the silver because it's incredibly toxic to work with. Of course, once it's fired, it's completely safe. But one of these little jars is $65. It is not cheap. And it comes out this very interesting color. And you have to get the finest little line. You can see that green line here. My mom is applying it. And of course, all of the piece is fired and done first. And then the little bit of silver has to be added and then refired. And if you mess up just the tiniest little bit, it completely ruins the whole piece. So my mom spends so much time on these. And the silver goes on green before it's actually fired. The 22 karat gold, which was used on a previous piece, goes on red, which is almost impossible to see on anything that mom does. So it's very nerve-wracking to hope that you don't mess up and get it on some of the glaze. So tonight up, my mom has this incredible piece with liquid silver. It's got these adorable little duckies. They do glow. They're swimming in a pond. They've got all of this fused glass that my mom does. She takes vintage marbles or anything that she finds that's glass and crushes it up and makes it into the little bottoms that you see here. And then my mom uses vintage style earrings and clip-ons and anything that she can find to make that little beautiful design in the bottom there that you see. All of the pieces here have feet, little feet. My mom gets beads from all over the world. She's constantly sourcing very high quality beads. And then my mom also uses our K&N stamp that you'll see on the cards when you get them in the mail and stamps them out of porcelain. They're very hard to do. Mom says it takes an incredible amount of time. And these are all made out of porcelain. The ones you're seeing tonight, there's been some that are made from earth and stoneware, but this is particularly gorgeous. All of this paper transfer, each individual piece here is hand cut and then put onto this piece. It's not one giant piece. So lining it up and getting it all straight is incredibly hard.
There's my friend Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia.
Madeline. Sylvia often watches on the replays or is in the Lurkers Lounge. She's in the Lurkers Lounge tonight. So nice to see you, Sylvia. She's so nice. If you don't know Sylvia, say hi to her. She's absolutely lovely. So nice to see you.
Good to have you in, Sylvia, and welcome to everyone in the Lurkers Lounge tonight. So we're going to start this piece off at $45. This has taken my mom an incredible amount of time. And these ducks, I drove all the way to Savannah to actually pick them up because they come from a special shop in Savannah. And my mom and I love these, so we drive up every couple of months and try to get some more ducks from this particular gentleman. And we love them because they glow. They are adorable. They are fabulous. So I just love these ducks. And if you actually put a black light on them or they are sitting in your light during the day, they will illuminate at night. My friend Brandon, I brought him a few ducks. He has them in his bathroom and they are like a little nightlight for him and he loves them. So they are cute. So everyone in the chat, take a moment, name our two little ducks. We need help with some names. They are living their best life, floating in their pond, having a wonderful time. And these are just great, these little Julies. I love having them by the sink, especially because I wear a lot of rings. And when I'm doing dishes, I would not want one of my very expensive rings to go down the sink. So it is wonderful to have a little jar or a dish that I can place some of my jewelry in. And of course, it helps that the jar or the dish is just darn adorable. It really makes for doing household tasks a lot more fun when I know I get to put my rings in the little Julie dish that we have with the ducks by my sink. So I particularly
Deb, welcome in, Deb from California, I think that is.
Deb.
Deb from Cali, welcome in. I saw somebody else too. Sorry. Kelly B.
Mayberry, Mud and Puddle. I love that. That's so cute. Mud and Puddle. And we've got Bob and Larry. I love Bob and Larry. Thing 1 and Thing 2. Ducks, Katie and Nate. Oh, such good.
Oh, I tell you, Nick, we put a UV light on everything now because there's absolutely anything can possibly glow. And
Frickin' Frack. What a cute name. Frickin' Frack. I love it. Yeah, you never know what's going to glow. And these ducks, when I bought them from this particular gentleman, he said, oh, shine your black light on them. They glow. And that just even made them more cool. So I said, Mom, we got to get more of these. And my mom loved them. So we drive up, which is about a 2-hour drive to Savannah, and we pick up these ducks. I love how Mom's match the liquid silver around the outside, pure liquid silver with the little almost like lily-like pieces that these ducks are sitting on there, like little flowers. She's really done an incredible job.
I like junk waffle. I love that. L'Orange and Peking.
I love that too. That is so good, junk waffle. Yes, the foodie in me thinks that's fantastic. My mom has signed the piece, and all of these will come with a custom note from my mom as well. Just a little bit about the piece itself. So we're going to go ahead and start the countdown on this beautiful Julie. Tulip and Daffodil. What a great name, too, in honor of Tulip, who's in the chat. Okay, so we'll start the countdown here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. I love The click and clack is cute too. Great name suggestions, guys.
Ange says Nate would say lunch and
Lunch
dinner.
and dinner.
She knows I love eating duck.
Yes.
It's just like my go-to. I love eating duck.
I love duck. Yep, I love duck too. This is such a cute dish. I put these in my office and I get to look at them throughout the week when I'm in here working. And so I usually have several sitting here on my school table. And this one, when Mom brought it over, it really stole my heart. So I will be sad to see it leaving, but I'm really, really glad that it is going to Kelly. Oh, and there's a cute little detail on the front as well that I don't think I showed. So
I actually like that Webergale Vanderquack.
Webergale Vanderquack. I like that. Say that 10 times fast. Well, Kelly, congratulations. That is headed your way. That is absolutely gorgeous. You're going to love that. Now, I did see Carly was bidding as well. So if you guys are interested, I could get another Julie. I have another one here that I'm happy to sell. If you guys would like to have another one, I can bring that now if you would like. And if not, I will bring one next week. My mom is working on some very special Julies that, in fact, I've got one tonight that is made out of blue clay from Spain. We can't get it anymore. The import fees are so high that the pottery store does not carry it. But yes, I am happy to bring that as well. Patsy says she just opened the 2 brooches and they are beautiful.
Do have a question. I was only charged for one.
So
please check my invoices. Okay, thanks very much for letting us know, Patsy. We'll look into that.
Patsy, I will make a note of that and write that down. Okay. Let's see. Invoice. Okay, I'll write that down. Let me go grab the other Julie. It's just on the other side of me. I never want to knock anything over while I'm selling. And I'll be back. Nate, why don't you talk some more to the
That's
folks?
right.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, that's right. Just give me the baby. Thanks, Katie and your mom. Those little glowing figures are a big thing in our office. We'll see you later. And I'm hoping to get one of your mom's pieces for all my friends at work. That's really sweet. That is so lovely. Okay, I'm here again. Without Katie. So yeah, last time I was on, I was talking about Handmade, who I really, really like. I have this thing when I find pop songs. I don't listen to a lot of pop music, but I find a pop song I like, I will try and find a cover of it. And so often I think the cover is better than the actual original. So if you know the song Hey Yeah, which was by Outkast, you remember that song by Outkast?
Yeah.
Really, really boppy and fun song. If you actually listen to the words, it's not such a boppy and fun song at all. And there is a guy whose name is Obadiah Parker who does a version of that's acoustic on a guitar. So yeah, your homework tonight is to look up Obadiah Parker. Hey, yeah.
Well, I will be doing that. Thank you. I'm so glad that they are a thing in your office, Kelly. That's really cool. Okay, so this next piece is starting off at $45, Angela. And it is for this incredible dish. Now, this is special because this is blue clay from Spain. It is the last bit of blue clay that my mom has and that she's able to get. And as you can see, it is actually blue. It's this beautiful light blue color. It's very hard to get in the States now. And my mom has just a little ration of it left that she's been making some very special pieces with. And we've got some more ducks sitting in their wonderful pond with blue cracked glass, butterflies, lovely, lovely flower transfers. This is made, like I said, out of the blue clay, and it is a form of porcelain, actually, the blue clay. And the blue clay is from Barcelona, Spain. So it's a really cool color. And my mom did send me a photo of it raw. So let me show that to you. This is how it comes before it's fired. It comes in this incredible blue color. And then after it's fired, it's a little bit more light blue. And there's my mom working on another porcelain piece in her studio there.
Kelly says, so every morning when we walk into work, someone has placed those little glowing figures all throughout City Hall and hidden places, and everyone is in competition to see who gets to gather the most. That's
oh, that is cute, Kelly. That is so cool. So here are these little guys.
You think it's a security guard or a policeman? Oh, that's cool.
Who hides them. That's awesome. You know, Kelly, I could totally see someone that's taking the night watch that doesn't have a ton to do, but they've got to inspect the whole building, just having a field day with that, like going around and hiding them. I would certainly enjoy that if that was my job. I love the colors on this one with the pink and green vintage inspired button. And then you've got all of those beautiful flowers against that blue clay is just really something spectacular. I have leprechaun PTSD. I will not go into full detail about the leprechauns, but short version of this, our apartment thought it would be fun to have a leprechaun hunt, hide 3 leprechauns around the property, and ask all the residents to find said leprechauns. But we're calling this Leper Gate because after the first day, I could not find the leprechauns, and I'm home a lot during the day, so I was able to go the minute they posted about it and scour the property. Jeffrey looked, my neighbors were all looking. We all stopped what we were doing and went to look because a lot of us work from home. And so we were all out looking, and the one of the managers says, "Oh, keep looking. They're around. They're here." So first day goes by, nothing. Couldn't find them. Thought, okay, they must be really hidden. Second day, someone finds them in the exact spot that I looked. Come to find out, they didn't even hide them the first day. They said they were hidden, but they weren't. And then someone kept moving them around so that the main group of people that play all of the games here, because we've been here the longest and are really involved in our community, they didn't want us to find it so that other people could find it, which is fine, but they didn't say it and the rules weren't very clear. And so, yes, I have leprechaun PTSD because I wasted about 4 hours, Jeffrey more than me, looking for these silly leprechauns. Anyway, that's my story on the leprechauns. But anyway, we will digress and go back to this gorgeous piece from Spain with the blue porcelain, which was actually founded and developed around the Tang Dynasty, not the blue, but porcelain in general, from 618 to 907. And it's just amazing what they do to make the white clay, which is like a feldspathic rock that became prized for its whiteness and strength. And then they were able to make it into porcelain. And I'm sure in Spain, figuring out this blue additive is just amazing. Okay, so we will take this dish and start the countdown at 20, 19, 18, 19, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Kelly says, one was hidden in one of the fire extinguishers along the sky wall, and my friend and I, walking in together, both spotted it, and we stopped and looked at each other, and I was like, look, I ain't trying to get fired. That's funny.
Katie, I think your preppy style is rubbing off on Jeffrey. He's looking great. I love his new glasses.
Yeah, Jeffrey is looking very spiffy. Not that he didn't look spiffy before, but he's just a little bit more elevated, and I think he's looking great. So yes, I think I've rubbed off on him some. Okay, Rachel, congratulations. You're getting that amazing dish for 56.
Okay, Patsy says, you charged me for the green one, didn't charge for the multicolored signed art. I think it was 57, if that helps. Oh, look, thanks so much, Patsy. We'll look into that. Thank you. That's very kind of you to be so honest.
Yes, so I will check that and double check that everything's in order. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. So the blue ducks, I'm just going to write that. Okay, Fabulous. Okay, and that goes to Rachel. Congratulations, Rachel. Again, you're gonna adore that. I think it's really beautiful. And Kelly got the other one, so fantastic. Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. Let's see what's up next. We've got glowy green brooch. Yes, this one. This one's really sweet, and I love it because it glows. And I love anything that glows because I think it's the best magic trick ever. I had my neighbors over for a little soiree last night, and they all wanted to see my brooches because my one neighbor watches my sales, and she saw this glowy brooch we had, and she's been obsessed with glowing brooches ever since. And she's like, "You got to see this." So everybody last night, I had 12 people over. Everybody was huddled in my closet while I was turning off the lights and shining my black light over my collection so that I could show them the glow. It was hilarious. I loved it. Anyway, this is 1 3/4 inches in size, and it's starting off at $18. And it is beautiful, the design.
That's now this is quite a sweet little brooch. I thought this was really adorable. The bottom one glows. I thought the middle one in the center glowed as well.
It does.
But
it
not
just
quite as much.
No, and it doesn't want. It does glow. You can see it there a little bit. It's just not showing up on camera, but you see the bottom one glows wildly. And then let's see this one. Can you see it?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, it does glow. It's gorgeous.
What I really liked about this is that there seemed to be so much to the brooch, but it's so simply constructed. I mean, it is really, it's a suggestion of a flower stalk. You know what I mean? The suggestion, this curl, and these pear-shaped stones simulating unopened flowers. And I thought it was really successful that they'd managed to get so much with so little, if that makes sense, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I agree. To me, it almost looks like little happy bouquet of flowers or balloons. You know, it reminds
me. Yeah, you can see balloons actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like balloons. We used to go to Garden Ridge. I don't know, Nate, if you have that in New Zealand, but we would get balloons when I was a kid. And inevitably, some kid would lose their balloon and it would fly to the very tall ceilings that were impossible to reach. And it would be a problem. So my mom got really smart and she would tie the balloon around our wrists so that we'd never lose the balloon. But this reminds me of a bunch of happy balloons from Garden Ridge. I love the design of this, and I think the metal too, the gold tone metal, is really pretty. How it's not just flowers or balloons, but it swirls. You know,
yeah.
That little extra bit of detail that's textured.
It's a really successful design and such a small little object. I think it's adorable. Really elegant piece. Yeah, really elegant, Patricia.
It is. It's fantastic, and again, a little sweet brooch to add to your hat, or I always show them, on the side of a collar. This is the perfect little brooch on a suit lapel as well, just to bring a little bit of cheer to your outfit. Okay, so we are going to put this on one of my favorite postcards because it says, "Hiya, I'm on the hop every minute." A little Easter postcard for some fun. And we will get our green brooch on this one. This is from 1948, this postcard. And I think that's just so fun. So here we are at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. So dimensional too, really successful, Nate. Like you said, I think it's a great design.
Yeah, it was a great card for that.
No spin the bottle or 7 minutes in heaven. No, it was just pure brooch magic last night.
I know what spin the bottle is. What's 7 minutes in heaven?
So you go into a closet. It's a big party game. You turn off the lights and then things happen for 7 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sharon Sue. Thank you, Sharon. It's a lovely little thing. It's, as I said, such a clever design. They get so much out of that design for such a minimalistic piece. I really love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's very cheery. Yeah, I'm a big fan of decorating. Someone mentioned, it might have been Christy, my closet. I do decorate my closet like a store because I think that again brings joy to your life. You know, when you go in there, it's like you're in a department store. And so I really have fun putting that together.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
cool.
my closet's decorated as well. It's decorated like a garbage skip outside of Goodwill.
No. Nate's got some fabulous collections. Virginia, yes, I'll be doing a tour. And my previous apartment, I showed my closet that I did that little tour. But I've got to, now that everything's kind of set up, I'll do a tour soon, and I'll definitely take you in the closet.
Thank you so much, Sharon Sue. That's such a lovely brooch. Thank you so much, Sharon. You ought to try the game.
Yeah, you'll get a kiss.
It's been a decade, so at least.
Now, the next couple of pieces I have are fun. Now, these are not vintage, but they have definitely a cool look to them. And with spring coming up, I just thought it was the perfect time to bring these. My mom and grandma actually picked these out. So these are all the way from St. Augustine in a shop, and they're amazing. These are 2 3/4 inches in size. I've got a frog coming later on in the sale, but this one is the Ladybug, and I think it is absolutely so sweet. It is, again, 2 3/4 inches. It's a good size. It's not vintage, but it definitely has a really great impact for spring. And of course, it can be turned into a pendant as well. So this has a lot of sparkle and bling. And it's starting off at just $15 in the chat. I really love the detail of him with his little red Aurora borealis stone. And then he's got the bail on the back. So you can turn him right into a pendant.
Nick said you could do a 7-minute video just of your closet and title it 7 minutes in heaven.
You know, Nick, that's actually very clever, and I would be thrilled to probably do that. I think that people would love that because it's my little heaven in the morning and the night. I don't have any rings this time, Jenny, but I will make a note and bring one of my sterling rings next time.
I just got back today from St. Augustine. We shopped in Jacksonville. I loved the cool stuff vintage.
Vintage. Oh, Eric, he's my buddy over there. I don't know if he was there today, but I love cool stuff vintage. They've got a really amazing book lounge in the back where they host all kinds of events. And I will definitely mention to him that one of the folks that watch us came to his shop because he is wonderful. I just bought a big welder's cart from Cool Stuff, actually, that's in my house. And it serves as a little side table for things that I'm doing when I host or just some of my vintage collections. So that is so cool. I will definitely tell Eric. So yeah,
welcome in, Brooke. Brooke's new to me. I don't recognize the name. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Brooke. So glad to have you in the chat. Okay, so this little ladybug, he's got black eyes. He's got Aurora borealis. He's got red Aurora borealis and little red rhinestones, and he is adorable and perfect for spring and summer. I imagine him on a jean jacket for those cool summer nights. He would be just the perfect little addition to a handbag. You can throw him onto your raffia beach bag if you're going out this summer and you want something a little bit fun. He's just got lots of potential, and I love that he's got his little pendant, so you can a little bail, so you can make him into a pendant if you want. He'd be really, really cool. So, oh, you're a lurker. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you commented and are here with us tonight.
Yeah, welcome in, Brooke.
Okay, so I am going to get this adorable little ladybug. onto one of our vintage postcards. And let's see, I have a lot of Easter postcards that I'm loving at the moment. So I think I will get him onto this postcard. It says, "A happy Easter to you," with the sweet little boy and girl, kind of Victorian looking. Well, this is from 1909, so that is true. And I love these little modern brooches, especially the bugs and figural ones, because you can put them on the side of the postcard and they look.
What was the start? 15, I think was the start. Sorry.
15,
Rachel.
Willie Joe. And this is a good size, 2 3/4 inches. So he's really quite a big guy. So we'll go ahead and start the countdown on him. These are great. And a flower frog, you've got your little bug, you got your little spring display. It just looks so fantastic. So
It would look so nice on a kid's backpack or something.
yeah,
You know, for school. And it's not expensive, and it wouldn't matter if it got lost or damaged, you know, but what a lovely little accessory.
I love that idea. I think it's a great gift for your grandkids for back to school, because I know a lot of the kids have little things on their backpack, and it's a big customizable thing for kids to do that makes them feel like they've, kind of can express themselves. And I think this would be a great little back to school kid.
Odie says, I
gift.
wore my starfish on my sweater, told everyone I was the sheriff.
I love that, Heidi. That's so great. Okay, so we'll count down on this little ladybug at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lid.
Oh, fantastic.
Yay.
I love that. Yeah, I'm so glad I had that piece for you. I really am. That's cool. Noreen Hoffman. Hello, Noreen Hoffman.
Hi, Noreen. Welcome.
Welcome.
That is so, so cool, Kim. I'm glad. Okay, Rachel, congratulations. You're grabbing that little ladybug. I loved him. He's 23, coming to you. Fantastic.
This week, when it was warmer, we had the ladybug imposters come out from their hiding places. They're not my favorite bug at the moment. There's been I've never heard of a ladybug imposter before.
No, that's new to me. Can you describe, Karen, more about what they are? Or maybe
So
I
must look like a ladybug, but not be a ladybug.
We have love bugs here in the South, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced love bug mating season, but let me just tell you, they are an absolute mess. And sometimes you come out and your entire car windshield's covered in these little guys, and they are just super annoying. So if you love bugs, great for you. I don't particularly love them, but I'm sure they play some sort of vital role in our ecosystem that I don't know about, but they're kind of a pain.
Yeah.
Rachel says, I love when something I'm wearing speaks to someone. Yeah, Rachel, that's so fun. Karen says they're more orange, but they look like oh yeah, I've seen them.
Oh, okay.
They're orange. We have them too, but I just thought that they weren't like a full red ladybug.
They're an Asian beetle, and they bite. They bite. Wow.
Ooh, that's not fun. Let's see. Catherine Ellis is here. Welcome, Catherine.
Oh, welcome in, Catherine. Nice to see you. Welcome in. This next one is this piece. Yeah. I have recently gone down a total rabbit hole of Russian lacquer. Ange and I were on the phone a couple of days ago, I think it was, and we were both looking at pieces of Russian lacquer, and we were talking about them. And I really like them. I really, really like them. The lacquer glows on this too, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure that the lacquer actually glows. There are a lot with flowers. I like the flowers. I think the flowers are really nice. I think some flowers are better than others, but you don't find many with sort of buildings.
No. And look
I
at the little people.
and this sort of winter landscape I thought was really different, really unusual. I found nothing particularly similar to this at all. It's signed on the back, isn't it? And it's got a
Yeah.
little gold signature on the back, which is very common. I don't know. Oh, sorry. What was the start?
Oh, I didn't say the start. I'm sorry, Angela. This is starting off at $18 in the chat.
I'm rapidly falling in love with Russian lacquer. I saw some amazing boxes. And tell me, people, what do you think of Russian lacquer brooches? I'd be really interested to hear your take on them. The more I see them, the more I love them. And it seems to me that the finer the painting, the more expensive the piece. I just love them. They're so interesting. I'm glad Russian lacquer is getting a moment. It's really thick. I really love it. Now I was fascinated because as I say, I did this sort of down the rabbit hole and was trying to find out information about it. And it seems that there are like 4 main centers, areas of lacquering, and I'm going to really butcher these names, but it's Palek, Fedoskino, Cluj, and Mastera, and so many of them are based on Russian fairy tales. I can't tell you how much I just love them. Patricia has a Russian lacquer. I think she meant box
Or brooch. And then Fatbird said that she had just picked up a trinket box that's Russian lacquer today.
Yeah, I love it. I just love it.
My mom growing up had these amazing Russian lacquer pieces. They're still in her house. And in fact, we hosted, when I was growing up, a group of folks from Russia. They came over from Latvia, and I'm trying to think where else. But they were amazing folks, and they would come and have like a Bible study at our house. And we would get to try all this incredible Russian food that they would make. And they had a little boy, I think his name was Martin. But I loved getting to have that experience growing up. And then the boxes that my mom still has are at her house, and they fascinated me ever since I was a young girl. I remember seeing them and opening them up and looking at the detail. And they're just like little bits of magic because the painting and detail work is so elaborate. And so I'm really glad, Nate, when you got this, to be able to share it with folks, because I think it's just spectacular.
I think it's just beautiful. They're so interesting. I have a collection of boxes and brooches. My cousin married someone from Russia, and we traveled for the wedding and also for a holiday when it was safe for Canadians to go. I just love them. I actually picked up 3 pieces at auction for next to nothing years ago. I was really interested in what I was reading about, how they were made, that multi-layering of them forming this base, which they actually soak in hot linseed oil for it to take its shape, and then they bake it in a low-level oven. And then they do and then at that stage it's all black, and then the artist artwork goes on to it. But my word, some of them are just beautiful.
They are. Nate was showing me this incredible box with a mouse on it today, akin to some of the mouse brooches with the raspberries that he sold, and they just are so adorable. And the detail. Yeah. I watch artists paint things, whether it's the lacquer on a box or, I sent something to Nate the other day that was a little jar, like teeny tiny, that someone was hand painting a pigeon down to the hair and the feathers, the detail.
Yeah.
It's tiny. And they've got this little brush that's, nothing, like millimeters. And they're painting this detail on, and I'm thinking, I would never have the steady hand to do that, nor the patience. So, and the talent, people have this incredible talent that they just do. So it's very cool.
Okay. So let's count this one down.
Yeah, the brooch is signed on the back. It's all, the vast majority of the ones that I've seen have been signed in some simple way or another, signed or named, and that's the signature of that artist.
Yeah. They're amazing. And like Nate said, I see a lot of floral lacquers. I very rarely, in fact, I don't think I've ever have seen one with a scene painted on it where you have a building and other design. So I think this is really spectacular. Let's see. I see Barbara Ambundo at 20. So we'll start the. I love boiled linseed oil. We'll start the countdown at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. All right, we'll see who grabs this incredible brooch. And I love that the enamel glows. Like, that is just such a cool little birdie trick, too. Okay, sold. And we'll see who takes that fabulous one.
There was some interest. I'm really grateful that people were interested in that, because, you know, we that's the first piece I've actually ever sold. And I really appreciate it. And I'm really glad that other people appreciate it too. Would you like us to look for Russian lacquer? If you want us to look for Russian lacquer brooches, put a yes or something in the chat, and I'll keep buying it. So it might be for myself. Katie, please let me know if you received my email for your information.
And Sharon, I'm just looking right now, and I've got it. So fantastic. Yes, I have it all. Okay. Now, Sharon, you don't have PayPal, but you can check out as a guest, which will be just fine. So no worries. I'll send you the invoice, and then you have an option to always check out as a guest. And if you have issues with that or something, please do let me know. I don't keep any personal details. I just can get you that invoice. So we'll get that out to you. Thank you, Sharon.
Aaron Long. Hiya, Aaron Long. Aaron says yes. Blue Phoenix says yes, they're cool. Willie Joe says yes. I think they're really cool as well. When Nate and I were looking the other night, there were some amazing ones that were not florals. Yeah, they are just stunning. I have some beautiful Russian lacquer plates. They're amazing. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know what that is, Aaron, but I would love to see it sometime.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep looking for them. I love them. I mean, I'll keep buying them. I might just be starting yet another collection.
Okay, so I've got this next brooch here, which is, again, very spring, very summery. It's a really gorgeous shade of blue. And you do see a lot of blue in brooches, but this shade I haven't seen a whole lot, which is what drew me to this. And I did get this from one of my brooch guys, so it's quite special. It's silver tone. It is 2 inches in size, and it is starting off, Angela, at $25 in the chat. And it is a really cool, dimensional, beautiful light brooch.
What?
I'm blowing Nate's mind right now. I have 2 kind of bigger pieces for tonight's sale.
Wow.
These are the ones I picked out. This one.
And so sorry, Aaron, Nate's thick. I am thick, sorry. Nick says, Katie, I think I've asked before, but can't remember. Is your Coke tray collection complete?
So it's not, Nick, but thanks for asking. I do have pretty much all of the main. When I say main trays, I just mean all the kind of main ones they did from, like, say, 1900 1912 to probably 1960 in the US. Now, there's a ton of variants I don't have that are fun to collect from. They did a whole series of trays for the Canadian market, for the Spanish market, for the Mexican market. I don't have any of those. And then, of course, my holy grail, personally, really, and Vinny just found one of these at I mean, gobsmacking price. The trays from the 1800s, they're round. They're thousands of dollars. They're very hard to find. That is my holy grail. There's a lot of reproductions of those, but Vinny found an original of one of the trays. I think he paid like $100 for it or something. I don't know, but it's amazing. So that one is on my list. So no, my collection's not complete, but it is pretty substantial for the American trays, which is cool. But I've been collecting and hunting these down a very long time. Probably my most, well, I have several really cool ones, but this one here, I don't know if you can see it. It's called The Boy with the Dog. It was designed by Norman Rockwell, and it, I think, goes for several hundred now, probably up in the $600 range, depending on condition. But I got that one at a really good price from a friend, and I absolutely love it. It's wonderful. Yes, the 1912 ones are amazing. Okay, so we'll start looking at this brooch some more. It has this beautiful shade of blue, which I think is just so springy and light and wonderful. You've got all of the prongs, and these I really like because they're dimensional marquees, and they have these prongs that aren't standard, so they really add to the design element of this brooch. And of course, you can tell that this was something of really amazing quality. All the stones are there and accounted for. You've got all of the prong setting on the back. So this is indicative of the 50s, 60s era, but I would lean more 50s on this one. Look at all the prongs. I mean, this is an incredible amount of work that goes into making these, because each one of these is riveted on so that it's just a step above your average brooch. And this is a good, hefty quality, and it's just so beautiful. I really, really love these blue brooches. I have a thing for them. So let me show you what this looks like on Vanna White, so you can really get a sense of how gorgeous that light blue is. And I don't think that this glows, but it never hurts to try. If I can, there's my black light. No, this doesn't glow, but it's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Look at the dimension. Yeah, this is just so good. Okay, so I'm going to get this on one of our Easter postcards, and then we will start the countdown. And I love these little chickens. It's like they're having, if Poodle were here, she would say they're selling in the alleyway. It says, with loving Easter wishes, and they're all like pawning off eggs in the back of an alleyway, or like they've, been looking over these little eggs. And I just love this postcard because the looks on these chickens, I don't know what it is. They're so mischievous looking that they look like they're up to something, and they're in the little pants and little hats. And I don't know. Easter postcards have become my new favorite obsession. They're really fun. So anyway, we'll start the countdown here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. Catherine says she's looking for one like that, but in peridot. Okay. Yes, that's Poodle holding the egg. There is no doubt, Willie Joe. Poodle is holding the egg. Okay, and then I saw Nick says, as you know, I recently got my first. Yes, Nick got the Roadster Girls tray. That is a great tray. Patsy, congratulations. That one is coming to you for $46. Excellent grab, Patsy. You're going to really love that in person. It's just fantastic. Okay, great, Patsy. All right.
Oh, Jose's here.
Hi, Jose.
Hey, Jose. That's lovely to see you.
It's really good to have you here. Okay, let's see. Oh, this next brooch Nate has is just so cool. And I was at a gem and mineral show today, as I mentioned, and they do have some really beautiful goldstone pieces. It's something I've kind of always admired when I'm out in the world of gems and minerals. So this one's cool. It's a brooch. It is 1.5 inches in size, and it's starting off at $18. And I don't know how old this is. I probably would say like 70s, you know. But it's just so pretty, Nate.
Yeah, goldstone's really interesting. It is basically like a glitter that is encased, and then chemicals are added, and it binds in like a low atmospheric conditions. So you need to make artificially low atmospheric conditions. Although, in saying that, there was goldstone in the 17th century in Venice, and there was a time when it was thought that they invented it, but I think they then found pieces from the 12th century, and it's man-made. So this is a man-made thing. They sometimes would call it adventuring glass as well, and it's crystals of copper or cobalt and manganese that gives this shimmery sort of surface. And because they called it adventuring stone or adventuring glass, they sometimes referred to the shimmer as adventurescence, which is a marketing team doing their job, I suppose. You could say, but really interesting material, I think, goldstone.
I think what's magical about it to me is the little bits of sparkle in it. You know, it's not from the ground, but the amount of work to make something like this with that amount of sparkle to me is just really fantastic. And it's just that little pop of shimmer that's so neat. And then I love the scalloped detail on the large shouts. They've used that as prongs to hold it in, but it obviously makes for an incredible little design.
It is a sweet little detail.
It is. And this would be a good brooch, you know, on a hat. I always say that because I wear a lot of hats, but really it's just that perfect little oval brooch to put at a jaunty angle on a hat that adds just a little bit of sparkle. So when you walk by, someone's going to see it. It's going to shimmer. It's really going to be fun. And I like those little elements throughout the week that, you know, you can wear that bring other people some joy and make your outfit pop. So let me get this on a postcard. I love this little postcard. I think it's adorable. It says, "It's about time I had a letter." It's from 1914. And I think the little goldstone brooch will be kind of perfect on it to pull out the tones of the mailbag there. And look how it shimmers. I mean, that is really neat, Nate.
It's really interesting material. It really is interesting material. It was really popular, actually. I remember it got a sort of jump in popularity in the 1960s and 70s because it was common at that time for it to be set in men's signet rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And goldstone, you know, being out in Denver where, you know, tons of rock and crystal shops exist, they really did a lot of goldstone pieces in these big spheres, which are, if you've never seen a goldstone sphere, they're amazing. And when I was in Brass Armadillo, the antique mall, more and more of the vendors were selling gems and minerals, which makes sense because Denver is, you know, a big area for that. And they had these goldstone spheres. And when the light from those display cabinets hit it, I mean, you could see it several display cabinets down. It was just so shiny and amazing that it just is a cool material. So we'll go ahead and start the countdown on this sweet little brooch at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. and bid. And yes, Virginia, I love the doggy too. The doggy makes me.
My hubby had a tag done in Goldsmith. It was really popular in men's jewelry for quite a time. I don't know if that sold. I think that was a pass.
Yes, I don't see the solds on that.
Pass. That's okay. Let's move on to the next one. What's your next piece?
And we can bring that back if anyone's interested later, or if you're watching on the replay. We do know that we're rather late for some folks, that we'll be able to provide that for you if it's still available. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do some postcards. Now, I love brooches and postcards. I think they go really well together. And I've picked out 3 different postcards, so we'll run through them. I love
this. Giveaway.
Oh, giveaway. Okay, well, after this, we'll do the giveaway. So this postcard is the first one up. It's starting off at $5. It is an early postcard from Germany. And what I love about this one is that it's actually textured. I do not know how they embroider these, but this has a beautiful soft felt with these sprayed flowers and this little adorable basket, perfect for spring and summer. These are excellent displayed in a little flower frog. Again, you can pop your brooch on the side, and I think that this is beautiful. And this one is signed. It says, "Have you had any more tomatoes shortcake?" That's what I loved about this postcard, is it says shortcake. And this was sent to Nina Griffin, I think, out of Belmore, Ohio. So this is really cool. And these, I don't know if you've ever taken a close look at these postcards, but the ones that have any type of like 3-dimensional detail or knitting or something on the front, they're actually 2 postcards that are put together. I don't know if you can see that line, but it's really interesting how they do these. So there's this one available for $5. I also have this one as well. This is a sweet little boy. I'm not sure. This is 1907. I'm not sure if this is an advertisement or just a fun postcard, but it says soap. So it says, "I need you." And it's this little boy sitting on a soapbox. I probably think that it is just cute. And he's got his little needle and thread, and he's sewing on a button. And he's got a little patch on his striped pants. And I think he's fun. And this was sent to William Weaver. So very cool little postcard that I thought would be fun. I love any type of vintage outfit that features a hat, especially a newsy cap, I think is fun.
That's interesting because, my bronze maiden name is Weaver, and there are plenty of Williams in that family.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be wild if that somehow was like back to your family? And then this one is 1907, and it says, "Are you engaged?" And it's this sweet little Victorian couple. I think he's a sailor, and she's sitting on a park bench, and she's got her little umbrella and that beautiful sunset behind them. I think this is very sweet. Now, this is the most ornamental postcard back. This is very Art Nouveau. If you look at the styling up there, and this is kind of an interesting postcard because there's a lot happening here with this particular signature. So I'm not sure. It says, "You ain't get," this is odd. It says, "You ain't get begged to me, will you?" I'm not sure what's happening here, but something for you to discover. So it's fabulous. So each one, $5 choice. I should have said choice at the beginning. I did not, and I'm very sorry. But we will start the countdown here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. I think this one's just incredible because the Art Nouveau back is just everything. I bought these from a postcard collector that I bought about 700 postcards, and I've slowly been going through them and picking out some really cool ones. And so here's your choices. We've got the floral basket with the 3-dimensional felt flowers that says, have you had any more tomatoes? Shortcake, which is kind of cute. This little boy with the soap box that says, I need you. And then we've got this Victorian looking couple that says, are you engaged, with the Art Nouveau back. So Erin, you are first for 9. You get to pick, and you can choose all of them or whichever ones you would like. And then we'll offer the others for Mary Beth. So let me know what you are interested in on these fabulous postcards. I think they're very fun. And then we'll do our next giveaway. And it looks like there's a bit of a lag. So if you would take a moment and refresh.
Blue flowers.
Okay, Erin would like the blue flowers. So that is coming to you. Congratulations, Erin. And then let's see. Erin Long. Okay, and then let's see. Mary Beth for 7. Would you like the other 2 or just one of the other 2, or were you interested in the flowers? Let me know. Boy on soapbox. Okay, he's so cute.
Yeah, he is cute.
Yeah, he really is. Okay, so that's going to Mary Beth. Excellent. Great. And then if anyone is interested in this postcard with the Art Nouveau back, do let me know. It is still available. Okay, so it is time for our next giveaway. And Nate, can you tell everyone how they can play along?
Of course. I think pretty much everyone knows, but there are a few newcomers actually. The giveaways are open to everybody. Anyone can enter them. You don't need to have purchased or intend to purchase anything. We'll cover the postage. It is letters of the alphabet. You can guess as many times as you like, but one letter at a time. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. And of course, folks, if you're interested in postcards and you have a specific theme in mind, I had someone reach out to me the other day and they said, hey, I love Victorian ladies. Can you make a lot of Victorian ladies and let me know what that would cost? And so I am happy to do custom postcard lots. If you want to shoot me an email and say I'm looking for 10 postcards with this theme or whatever, and I'll get you a really good bundle deal on all of the postcards. And I can do that. I've got all different holidays. I've got Easter. I've got Christmas. I've got more Victorian. I've got some really kind of raunchy 50s funny ones. I've got some pinup ladies. I mean, really, it's amazing what I have. I've got some Cupies, World's Fair. So there's just like tons of postcards that I'm still sorting that are fun.
I have found the
letter.
The letter, if you'd like to just confirm that for me, please.
Okay, I don't see it yet. So if you text me who you see.
Oh, I've texted you.
Okay, you've texted me. Okay, let's see. I still don't see it yet. Ooh, okay, where is this letter? Oh my gosh, this is far down here.
It's not that far down. It's actually, it's right towards the beginning.
Okay, I missed something. Let me go back up and double check my work.
I think it's within the first 20 or so.
Oh, it is. Okay. Angela, dear Angela, vintage, she won. And I promise, guys, this is
not rigged. It's rigged. Hi, Jacqueline. It's rigged.
Hi, Jacqueline. Good to have you. Angela does not know the letters in advance.
What a racket.
What a racket.
Oh, my. I don't know why.
Angela's lucky. She should go play the lottery. She won $100-something at the boat when she was with Fatbirds, and she wins the giveaway. So, Angela, go win some money for yourself. Let's see. Okay.
What a racket.
Yes. Who's new tonight? Well, let's see. I'd have to
We
go
had
back up in the
that
chat.
nice lady that was usually in the lurkers lounge.
Yeah.
But who's new in tonight?
Yeah, just let us know if you're new tonight, and we will do a random drawing and pick from who's new. Angela, she is amazing. She wins, and she always gives it to someone who's new, which is just the kindest, most amazing thing.
That's the name. That's the name there. Brooke Clardy. So, Brooke, if you're still here, Angela's going to gift you her winning piece tonight. So, Brooke, if you're there, if you could send your details through to Katie.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that would be amazing.
And Larry's new as well. So,
Larry,
Brooke or Larry, whoever's first.
Larry, send your details as well, and I am going to send you a giveaway.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just as a thank you for tuning in and being with us tonight. So,
yeah,
wonderful. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is beautiful. This next brooch. This is really fantastic. I love these little Czechoslovakian brooches because they're so beautiful to me. And this one's got kind of a hidden secret. I remember when Nate got this because I said, Nate, this is a black brooch. You don't see a lot of black brooches. Then I got it over here into the really good light, and I was like, wait a minute. This is the most amazing dark cobalt blue. It's so cool, but in certain lights, it looks black. So it's a tricky little brooch, but it's got some great detail. It's 1.5 inches in size, and it is starting off at $16. And I just think this is so cool. I hope the blue shows up.
I thought it was black at first as well, but it is an extremely deep blue. It reads as black, so for all intents and purposes, it is a black brooch, I guess. I think it's really good to have a piece of black jewelry in your collection. If you're a brooch wearer, there are just occasions when a black brooch feels appropriate. And this has got a nice combination of cuts of stone, lots of lovely lattice work. I thought it's just, there's something so sweet about the formality of these black stone brooches, even though, as I say, it is dark blue.
And what I love is that this brooch has these really, really slender baguettes here that make up part of the flower. And I just love that because I think it's a really effective design. And this reminds me almost of an incredible stained glass window that you'd see in some sort of church overseas, big cathedral. It really has that design, but it can also be floral. There's the back. It is
Karen came in at 25, and I'm worried that Karen is actually lagging from another item. Karen, could you confirm that your $25 bid is for the black/blue Czechoslovakian piece, or if you are actually lagging behind?
I'm glad, Patricia, you can kind of see the blue, because I think in this. Sorry, Nate. I gave you a heart attack. You can see this sort of blue color slightly in the big center stone, but it's only it doesn't show up. But when you get it in person, like, it is so cool. I love this design. I think, it's a dark blue. So I'm so glad you guys can see it. It's really fun. And this...
Karen, this is what Karen's bidding on.
Okay. This has a really interesting C-clasp, and I want to show this to you because I've never seen this before, and it must be that European brooch. But can you see the little tiny...
Oh, the teeth.
What a clever thing.
I did not notice that, for starters, and that is clever. Just to be able to get your fingernail onto that and open that, it makes it so much. What a fascinating touch. Has anyone else seen that before? I've never seen that.
Yep, I've never noticed that. So when I was taking photos of the brooches today, I had them all spread out, and I was like, is something wrong with the clasp? And I'm looking, and I'm like, no, That's so cool. I've never seen that before. So, I
Hi,
mean,
Jennifer.
what a great
Jennifer
invention.
Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer said she's seen that before. Welcome in, Jennifer. Lovely to have you.
Welcome, Jennifer. No, yeah, this is very cool. So we'll start the countdown on this, and I never got a confirmation,
Mm.
but I do see. Oh, let's see, Rosemary. I see you. Okay.
And then
I think Karen.
Karen is definitely bidding on this lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. I'm going to keep looking. See, I now want to know if that plays into the whole being able to date brooches by their fittings, their findings, and where that fits on that timeline.
Yeah, me too, Nate. We're gonna have some fun researching this because I had never noticed it before, and this was my first one. So, since this reminds me of a stained glass window, we're gonna get this on our beautiful little Easter greetings postcard with the 2 chickens and the little florals. I thought matched that brooch beautifully. So here we go at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. That is the coolest little thing.
It's a really successful design, really pretty design, and such a small little brooch. But I love the color of those stones because when you had it, that center stone was flashing blue to black to blue to black for me.
Yes, I'm so glad you could see that. Karen, congratulations. That is headed your way.
Thank you so much, Karen. And thanks to everyone who's bidding on that charming brooch.
Yeah, very, very charming.
I just had my nurse bring over my brooches. I have one with that clasp. That was my relative's. I don't know the age, but she would be well over 100 years now. Wow, that's really interesting.
Oh, thanks, Mary Beth.
Thanks so much for getting to look for that for us, Catherine. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Mary Beth. That's interesting.
That is so cool, Catherine. Yeah, thanks for sharing that information. Because I'd never seen that before, and I thought I had seen a good amount of jewelry, but apparently not that clasp. So that's cool.
It just seems to me, why didn't that catch on?
Yeah,
because just the one little pokey outy thing is, I find that a little bit annoying and frustrating, but that seems more practical.
Yeah, that it really does get your finger a little bit more leverage to get under the brooches. So I think that's very cool. Okay, so my next brooch is starting off at $22. And now there's a few stones on here that are in vintage condition with, rhinestones over time. Sometimes that does happen, but it does not negate how beautiful this brooch is. And that is exactly why I had to pick this up, because it has pear-shaped stones, which I don't often see in this beautiful emerald green. So this is 2.5 inches in size. And I love this. Now for Easter, this kind of looks like a cross. So if that's something that speaks to you, I think that would be really beautiful for Easter, but it also could be a great Maltese cross or just a windmill, depending on how you turn it and you want to wear it. You can see.
Why have I never seen this brooch before?
This brooch I bought on the yard sale and a lot of other brooches, and I'm not sure if you saw all those brooches that I got, but I've had this for a while, and I love it.
That's charming. I think that's really lovely. And those are not the green. It doesn't look like it's going to glow to me, but have you actually tested it?
I have not, but it does not glow. Yeah.
Look, Karen Lord. Karen, are you putting that in there because you think Greg would like this brooch? Because as soon as you showed it, I thought, oh, that's a Greg brooch. That is.
It does look like a Greg brooch, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. You can see there's a little wear to some of the clear rhinestones, but those gorgeous, gorgeous emerald green with the pear shape are in great condition. All prong set as well, silver tone with a little bit of that kind of ropey detail on the outside. And then it's got
I
some
agreed with him earlier. Maybe he's napping.
puddling in the back. I know. I've been holding out apparently from Nate.
Totally holding out. Yeah, people do realize that it's a Greg brooch. I think that's really cool that he's there. Greg's here.
Yeah, this is a Greg brooch, but it's an everybody brooch. And again, you know, you can wear this in any way that you want to, any configuration for any design that you're going for. And I just think it's so cool. The emerald green colors in this are just everything. I see a lot of green, but that really true deep emerald green, I just don't want to cross very often, along with silver tone, because I see way more gold tone pieces than I do these silver tone. And I would assume that this is probably from the 60s.
Yeah. What's really frustrating is on the back, there's this perfect circular little panel that you could just have popped a name on. You could have just popped a name on there, easy peasy.
And they didn't.
Yeah, and they didn't.
And that's the odd thing to me about brooches. Like, if I made something like this, I would clearly want it to be marked, because I'd be proud of it and I'd want to show, you know, my name. Well, I think sometimes that whole idea that they would mark the earrings and not the brooch, and then the brooch, now the earrings, is silly, because like things do get separated, but I'm guessing the companies just didn't think about that back then. So this is the kind of piece that I would think would be signed, but it is not.
Hi, Frida Fairweather. Welcome in, Frida.
Okay, so we are going to start the countdown. I've got this adorable little Easter card with the chickens on their parade with all their fabulous little Easter bonnets and hats on. So we're going to get it on this postcard here. And I know, it's so cute. We'll start the countdown here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. Really, really lovely brooch. That green and silver is striking together, I must say. Very different in design.
Lots of furious bidding at the end.
Yeah, this is really a cool piece.
Because it is such a nice brooch.
All right.
Patsy.
All right, Patsy, congratulations. That one is headed to you. You are getting quite a piece. I think that's absolutely gorgeous.
People loved that. People really loved that, hey? That was beautiful. I love the green too.
The green is great. The green makes me very happy. Okay. This piece is great. Nate and I both love Sarah Coventry pieces, and actually every time I find one of these, I pick them up because I love them for my own collection. I know we have Sarah Coventry lovers too. Yeah. But this one is also one that reminds me of a church window. And it is 2 3/4 inches in size. It's silver toned. It's starting off at 16. It is marked Sarah Cove, and I just think this is so beautiful, Nate.
Yeah, you know, Sarah Coventry, of that sort of more budget line of jewelry, not really high class. It's not Emmons, it's not Weiss or anything, but Sarah Coventry, that affordable range in jewelry, has exceptional designs, just simply exceptional designs. And this I thought was fascinating. I thought it was really, really effective.
Would you say that it's almost brutalist in style? Because I can see that now the more I look at it.
It is brutalist. I mean, I could almost see it as being ethnic or ethnographic as well. Mm-hmm. Trina Hansen, hello from Utah.
Hiya, Trina.
Hi,
Nice to see
Trina.
you.
Glad-
Looks like a fireworks burst.
Oh yeah, perfect for that. Look how
Mate,
awesome it is.
that looks incredible.
Yeah, I agree. Now,
And again, it's no rhinestones. It's no rhinestones at all. It's not blinged out, but it still manages to have this incredible impact.
yes, I totally agree. You know, sometimes you don't need rhinestones to make a statement. And this, obviously, on this $14 clutch purse is taking my breath away. I think it's just so cool.
What does it look like when you put it on, say, the brown clutch? What of the background are we seeing through the sort of fine, sort of filigree-esque modeling?
And just so you guys know, there's the marking on the bottom, Sarah Cov. They signed a lot of their pieces like that. And Sarah Coventry was a subsidiary of Emmons, the Lyman K. Stewart, the guy that founded Sarah Coventry, named Sarah Coventry after his granddaughter, which I think is really cool. And it founded, I think, in 1960. And they just made some really nicely designed pieces. But yeah, I mean, look at every color. We'll do a little tour of all the colors because I think it's really effective.
It's just plain successful design. That's what it is, you know.
Yeah, and that
Really
silver just goes with everything. You know, it's really kind of classy. Even on the white, like this is very beachy and very fun and just great. It almost the color almost transforms this brooch into something completely different.
I don't know why, because you know what, you say that sort of beachy. I think that has instantly made it look really wedding like, or
that too.
Like important occasion, like I've got there, I'm going with my with this good clutch purse, and that looks like it came on that expensive purse. But that sort of looks like it's platinum on ivory to me. I love that. Yeah, Nick. Really super chic.
Perfect for a wedding, and June weddings are coming up, so it is time to prepare for a wedding.
Yeah, how big is it? I don't know if we actually said how big across it was.
It's big. It's 2.5 inches in size, so it's pretty large.
Isn't that interesting? Because I would have sworn that you would have come back and said that's like 3.5 inches, because it looks like. But I'm a man; I don't know what an inch is, obviously. Aztec meets Egyptian. I like it
totally. But even see, adding this to this rattan kind of tight weave Panama weave kind of hat makes this look very bohemian. So now it's transformed from wedding to bohemian to then upscale office party or meet at a bar with your friends kind of, you know, elegance. It just is. This is fantastic. I love this brooch. It's so multi faceted.
I'm sorry. I regretted saying that the moment it came out of my mouth. I'm so sorry.
But Patricia says, rethinking the wedding thing. Wear this and you'll outshine the bride.
Oh, yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah. But anyway, I think it's great. So we'll go ahead and start the countdown. I'm just going to leave it on one of these fabulous little purses here. And you've toured the whole fleet, and they all look great. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. I was working on some things this week, and I actually came across the sale paper that said Symphony of Rivets, and I think I might very well have to write this new Nate catchphrase on my paper so we can ever lock it into history. Life is so short, regret not. Yeah.
Jane Franklin. Thank you, Jane Franklin. I'm sure you're going to love that. It's I'm seeing it up tonight. I'd get on some brooches more than others. Seeing that being sold tonight, I thought I shouldn't have put it in the sale. How big is it? You know, I couldn't accurately tell you how big an inch is, only because we're a metric.
It's so funny. So when I first started talking to Nate, one of the things that Nate asked me to send him, if I could, was a coin, because that would help Nate kind of measure and gauge things in U.S. inches. So Nate got a coin. I sent him a coin. Did I send you a penny or was it a quarter? I can't remember.
I think you sent me a nickel, a quarter, and a penny.
Okay.
I think you said maybe one of everything. I can't remember now.
Might have been also a dime. I think I sent Nate like all the change, basic change that we had. And so Nate's always saying, can you put that next to a quarter or next to this so that I can get size? And it really does. It's effective. Yes, we have a symphony of rivets or a melody of rivets now. That's the other phrase that Nate mentioned to me the other night. And I was like, yes, a melody of rivets. Okay.
Thanks so much, Jane. I'm looking at that now. I'm going to look for another one of those, and I am sure as hell going to keep it because it's a really cool brooch. Thanks to everyone who's bidding on that. I really appreciate it.
Okay, my next piece is starting off at $15. It is 2 1/4 inches in size. And this was another piece that my mom and grandmother picked out. They found and thought that it was just adorable. And we have a lot of people that like frogs. So I just thought this was great. And again, it's not a vintage brooch, but it's really cute for spring and summer. And we've got this little green frog with these adorable little eyes and all of the shiny Aurora borealis on his back. He's gold toned, incredibly well made, and he's got a little bail so that you can turn him into a pendant if you like. This would be another fantastic one to put on a kid's backpack or a grandkid's backpack, or just really for yourself because he's adorable. And look at him on a little hat. Like he's just fun. He would be the brooch that you would wear out and people would stop you and say, oh my gosh, where did you get him from?
Yeah, exactly. And I see it as being somewhat Halloween-y as well. I mean,
oh yeah, totally.
And frogs and things.
Yeah, he would go great with the whole double, toil and trouble, cauldron burn and fire bubble, eye of newt, toe of dog, tongue of dog, toe of bat, or whatever it is from Shakespeare. He'd be great for that.
That looks super cute on that bag. That looks really, really cute.
Yes, I will, Rachel. I can do that. Totally. I'll hold him up to my shirt. Yeah, he looks.
Kelly loves the frog.
Kelly, I knew when I saw him that he would be a brooch you might like. But there he is writing on my shirt. He's very cute. I love him.
He's very blinged out. He's got a lot of sparkle, eh?
Yeah, tons of sparkle, little black sparkly eyes, and then so much detail. Oh yeah, let's see if he glows. No, he doesn't glow. I see. You just never know with these things. You got to check them all. Okay, so we're going to get him on a floral postcard of some kind. Let's see what we've got here to put him on. He's kind of fun. I don't know if I have the right floral. Let's see. It's all about the right postcard. You have to get just the right little thing for him. Ooh, okay. How about greetings from California, poppies and lilies in bloom. So we'll put him in a little, I don't have any ocean or water scene. Well, I do. I have a beach scene, but that wouldn't quite fit him. So anyway, we'll put him on this adorable little greetings from California postcard.
Will he turn into a handsome prince?
Yes, he will if you give him a little kiss. Okay, so we'll start the countdown.
Again, sorry, this is again one of those brooches that would be so good for a guy.
Oh yeah, perfect too. Yep. Yeah, he's great. He's so three-dimensional off the postcard, which I think makes him perfect to do different displays with. So we'll start the countdown here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it ended. Yeah, he
He
is,
is really nicely modeled. He is really, really nicely modeled.
he is incredible. I just love him. He is so good. And he's just really solid. Okay.
Wow, the flurry at the end of birds.
Yeah. And I see Angela's sold, so I'm just going to wait for her. And Kelly, I'm so sorry you missed out on that. Rachel, I'm sorry you missed out. It looks like Patsy is getting that one. So congratulations, Patsy. This adorable guy is headed your way. He's really fun.
I'll try and look out for another one of those. I think my lady might. I haven't actually been to my brooch lady for a long time. Katie and I have actually been trying to stock take a little bit recently, and I think we're about halfway through mine.
Yeah, I think we've almost gotten through everything that you've got here, Nate. So that's really nice when you move to get everything all organized. So congratulations, Patsy. That's a good brooch. Okay. Yes, we all love frogs. Well, Kelly, I will look out for another little fun froggy for you. Okay. Oh, this one's cool.
This one's really interesting. Katie and I sort of had to really discuss this one for a long time because it looks so legitimately old from the front.
Yep.
We both looked at this and we both said this is a Victorian brooch. Oh, outshine the bride years and years ago at an outdoor wedding in February. Held at a farm. I wore my black silver-toed cowboy boots and a paisley pashmina. Other attendees said they don boots.
Oh, outshine the bride. Well, I think as long as you don't wear like tons of white, you're probably pretty good, but you got to just do what makes you feel confident too. This is 3 inches and it is starting off at $18. And yes, like Nate said, from the front, this looks legitimate Victorian. It is incredible.
It's lovely. And the only thing that shows that it's not is the finding on the back.
Yeah.
This is a Victorian revival from the 60s or 70s, we believe. But it is so nice. It is just so beautifully modeled. I mean, it's a very simple stamp out of copper shim, but that actually is coming up even better than the last time. It's showing so beautifully on screen, Katie.
Oh, I'm so glad. I always get slightly nervous when we've got something that's really different. I just I'm always hoping it will show up, and it is really showing up. But I think that this is stunning. I love Grape.
That looks really smart.
And it's so big, at 3 inches. It's really effective as being huge. And you get the Victorian look, again, without the super expensive.
Jennifer says the pin is questionable, looks older we went back, honestly, Jennifer, we went back and forth on this.
For about an hour, actually.
So much. And in the end, we said, look, we're going to say it's 70s rather than say it's Victorian, and it's not. I'd much rather say that it's 1970s Victorian revival and it turn out to be Victorian than the other way around, because I would not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my reasoning for that too is, like Nate said, the finding. So from what I know about brooches is these C clasps were used earlier, and then you have these, which are the safety clasps, and they weren't widely used until the 1930s, going into the 40s. There was some homemade kind of versions of those, and you can see they look very rudimentary on the back, and those were done like in the 20s to early 30s. Now, it's possible that this is Victorian, and then over the years, someone said, hey, we need to replace the pin back or something, and that happened. But usually when you see that, the pin back is very different. and the tones of the metal and the way that it's constructed match so well that I just would be surprised that that actually happened. So this one's kind of, it is a mystery, and someone may be getting an incredible deal tonight on this. But there was a big Victorian revival in the 60s or 70s, so it kind of made sense to assume that based on the clasp.
I just love how these bunches of grapes are molded and these grape leaves. It's just so elegant. It really is an elegant piece.
Now,
and again, another time when you don't need rhinestones.
Yes, you don't need a big flash, but you've got a lot of impact with just kind of a very big and distinguishable design. And Nate, I was thinking about this. It just kind of hit me now because Angela's been really preparing for her craft sale that she's doing. And please, Angela, share that with the group so they can attend. But Angela's been doing all of these things with found objects. And I've been thinking more in my head about that. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool? Is because this is so open and we do the postcards all the time. I don't know how you would do this, but wouldn't it be cool as if you could cut out an image and almost frame it with this brooch?
Oh, that looks cool.
You know, like
I'm starting to regret selling this one now.
that happens sometimes, Nate. Oh, I can't. I'm not getting it perfectly.
Oh no, you can see. You can absolutely see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be
sweet little frame? That would make the most gorgeous little frame.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just a little like idea, and then you know, you can do kind of fun things with that. Anyway, that just kind of hit me. So we'll go ahead and get this counted down, and I'm gonna pick a postcard for this. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's do this lady. I like this postcard. I don't know when this is from, but it says best wishes, and she's got her little basket. And so we might as well add some grapes to her. And well, we can try to half frame her head. Ooh, that's not working. Okay, let's see. This brooch is so big that it's really fun to put on a postcard and see how it kind of.
Oh yeah, a cabinet card would look really cool.
Oh, a cabinet card would look great. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start the countdown on this at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, excuse me, 13, 14, 15. Wait.
Oh, it's going up, we're going down, we're going up, we're going sideways.
It's a whole thing. 12, 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It's late and numbers are hard. That's all I can say. Okay. We'll get there eventually if I can count correctly.
That is the sold. I think that goes to Erin. My sister used those styled brooches as frames in our family's black and white photos. She gets so many compliments when people go to her home on the. Oh, that's lovely, Erin. Fantastic, thank you, Erin. That might be the deal of the century. I don't know, Katie. Can you take a couple of really good resolution photos of that piece? Because I'm going to try and find another one. If I can find another one, now that you've shown one and that damn Sarah Coventry, take a photo of that as well, because I'm going to hunt them down so I have one of each of my own.
Yep, I sure will. That's beautiful, Erin. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
I don't, Rachel. I am a total Diet Coke girl tonight. I love Diet Coke. I don't allow myself to have it actually very often, but since I had the little neighbor get together last night, I bought some diet soda, and I got those really good Luxardo cherries. I don't know if you guys have ever had those, but they're good, and I love just a Diet Coke with a cherry. It's like my special treat. So that's what I had last night, and those Luxardo cherries were a big hit. They're a little expensive per jar, but they are the best. They're in a syrup, and they're used in really good like bars and cocktails and things. And they're so popular. And actually my neighbor had bought a bunch of them for his wedding. He said we made like whiskey was their cocktail, and he did old fashions for everyone. And I guess someone got the whiskey, but then they had to supply the cherries, and he's got like 100 jars of these Luxardo cherries they're still going through.
Wow.
So anyway, that was fun that he brought the cherries, and then I had some cherries, and we were all enjoying the cherries. They're great. Okay. So this next brooch is so beautiful. It is all black, and I think this is just really effective. It is 2 inches in size, and it has the most amazing detailed leaves. Nate, this is another one you're probably going to be a little bit like, you didn't show this to me. I've had this quite a while, actually, but I think it's just...
No, you didn't.
I know. Look at the leaves. The detail is everything. And it's got the black marquise, and it is just a cool brooch.
Oh.
This one is starting off at $22. And I just think this is really effective as a brooch. And the back is interesting because it has this totally black back with some of the detailing around the leaves. I know this is vintage. I'm not sure on era. I don't think it's 90s, but I also don't think that it's necessarily like 40s or 50s based on the back, but I could be wrong. So it's got to be somewhere in the middle. But I just think that the design elements on this really make this incredibly beautiful. And the texture on those leaves are just, to me, they are everything. They're really just down to the little like veining in the leaves is just fantastic. Oh, I love a Shirley Temple Diet Ginger Ale with grenadine and maraschino cherries. Yes, Kim, a girl after my own heart. I loved Shirley Temples as a kid and still love them now. Look how pretty that is. It's really, really effective. This is the kind of elegant brooch that you can wear out to the theater. You can wear it to a wedding. You can just, any place you need to kind of dress up or you just want something really different. I think this is the brooch for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on one of our vintage postcards. And actually, I'm going to do this sketch of the Oxford Exchange in Tampa. Somebody drew that for me. And I love this. It's one of my favorite old buildings. You guys can take a minute and look that up after the sale. But I think it's just fantastic. So here we are at 24. So we'll start the countdown at 15, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end.
So what is that architecture from? What is that building from? Sorry.
This is the Oxford Exchange in Tampa, Florida, and it's amazing. If you look this up, it's an old building that was like a factory, and the floor is decorated with this incredible black and white marble from the inside. And then I think the upper part might have been like the whole upper part of the factory. I don't know the whole history of the building, but when I was in Tampa one morning, I was looking for a place that had bagels, and I Googled bagels, and I found this bagel shop, and I was driving around, and I was like, this bagel shop is in this really cool old building. And I go in and I discovered this incredible place. They have a vintage shop down below where I got a couple of old medicine bottles. And then the upstairs is this really ritzy club that is decorated in vintage to the hilt with these amazing leather Chesterfield sofas. They have a restaurant, and then they have like a Warby Parker glasses store, and it's a whole bunch of little shops inside. Oh, and they have this really cool bookshop inside with vintage books. Oh, it's great. Oxford Exchange, I love it. But the interior design of this, like with all the old details that are still original, are just so cool to see.
That sort of architecture is really common with our sort of shops here. So you'll go to places like when I lived in Mount Eden, the shopping centre there is known as the Village, so it'd be the Mount Eden Village, and where I'm here at Sandringham Village, and it's basically shop after shop, just like that, often in various states of being run down and not quite so slick, but that's a very common architecture style here.
Oh, that's so interesting. Well, I hope that they start preserving those buildings, Nate. That would be really important. And congratulations, that goes to Patsy M. Thank you, Patsy, for picking that up. It's a really gorgeous piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this next brooch is kind of neat, and I did not know until recently that Sarah Coventry made a lot of these Scarab pieces until Nate and I were looking at a couple of things online, and we were like, oh my gosh, we've had this bracelet before, and we've had this thing before. And I was like, yes. So apparently, I guess Sarah Coventry made a whole line of these Scarab pieces. And what's interesting is they're not signed, but I'm almost 100% sure that this is part of that line, unless there was a copycat out there, but I don't think there was. This is 1 inch in size, and it is starting off at $13. Now, there are earrings that typically come with some of the pieces, so I'm wondering, Nate, if the earrings were signed, but this brooch wasn't.
Perhaps. There's something that glows on this as well. I think quite... Yep. Yeah.
Can you see that one? Yeah, it glows. It's really cool.
I have also, somewhere I have a Scarab bracelet in 14 karat gold. Do you remember that, Katie?
Yes, I've got it. In fact, I think we've put it in our stock that we looked at, but I just I'll have to pull that back out. But yeah, this is cool. Let me see if I can get the detail. I'm just really hoping the little scarabs show up because they're so cool. They're different colors.
Is this a BOGO sale like last week?
A BOGO.
What's a BOGO sale?
Buy one, get one.
Oh, right.
Let's see. Okay. Is this showing up? I'm having the worst time.
Oh no, it is. It is definitely, especially on some stones more than others. And
okay.
the Scarab influence has come and gone for a long time, especially into the 20s since the Tutankhamun tomb was found. I mean, there was a huge interest in anything from Egypt, and I think this is probably from the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, I think probably 80s. I don't. This isn't 1920s, but I think it's a really interesting little piece. And let me see if I can get I'm just trying to get this to show up a little bit better. And I don't know if it will. I'm going to put this on this sunset postcard because I think that the colors kind of match it.
Rachel says, I got my multicolored half moon brooch in the mail yesterday. It's so fantastic.
Oh, I'm so glad, Rachel. Yeah, that one was a very cool brooch. Oh,
was that my one? Was that my one from the sale or your one?
I think that was my one. It had the faux pearls in it.
Yeah, I remember. Okay. That was a fantastic piece.
Okay, now you can see the scarabs a little bit better, but they're all different colors. You have almost a lapis blue, a light blue. You've got a very light pink that glows. You've got an amber. You've got a black, a green. And it's just a sweet little circle brooch. And it's really kind of a cool thing with the scarabs going around in that concentric circle. I really like that on a hat. So it is cool. And I believe that this is Sarah Coventry. So if you collect Sarah Coventry, this would be a nice little addition to your collection. So we'll start the countdown on this at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in. And yes, that one almost looks like a Delphite blue. If you're familiar with the Delphite blue glass, it does have that effect.
Oh, that must have been a great box to open. There's the sold. Virginia, hello, just picked that up in time because I was going to say, okay, I'll send it to Angela. But she's... Thank you so much, Virginia.
Congratulations, Virginia. That one is coming your way. I think that's a really cool brooch. Okay.
Just a couple more left, I think. Oh, the bracelet. She means send her the 14-karat gold bracelet. Okay.
Oh, that one.
Oh, you do have that brooch, of course. Thank you so much, Virginia.
Well, I thought Angela had that brooch, but I wasn't sure. Let's see. In the 50s and 60s, Scarab jewelry was the
rage.
Rage.
Hiya, Cheryl.
Sometimes when StreamYard highlights comments, or when I highlight them, they're very small on my end. So if I leave in, it's not your writing; it's just the comments. Okay. Let's see here. This is oh yes. Oh, these ducks. Okay. This is that's why I couldn't figure out
now, Angel. Sorry.
Place. Okay. Hang on just a second. Yeah, I got that. All right. Now this brooch is adorable, and I actually really struggled for the longest time on whether or not I would sell this because there is something so fantastic about this. And Nate, I think you will agree when you see this. It will just make your heart happy. And I love any type of animal brooch that has a Jimmy eye. I am obsessed and I love them. This is 1.5 inches in size, and it's starting off at $18. And I think this is the most incredible little duck brooch. It has this enamel red beaks, these little rhinestones, and green Jimmy eyes. And they're a mama duck with her baby, traveling along, living their best life. Such detail, gold and silver tones in this, and I think this is amazing. I assume that this was probably made in the 1980s, but the sparkle is everything, and the little ducks just make your heart so happy. So this one was a really hard brooch for me to let go of, because, well, the ducks are everything. Yeah, they're cute. Yeah, just precious. Perfect for that rainy season that we're about to enter. So April showers, you need your little duck friends to be along with you. And I think they're great. We had some great suggestions for duck names earlier. Nate, do you remember some of the ones people suggested? I think Mud and Puddle was one of them.
Mud and Puddles were super cute. Click and Clack, I think, was another one that I liked.
Click and Clack, yes, of course.
There was that Vanderquack.
Vanderquack.
Vanderquack, something in Vanderquack was funny.
Yeah, that was very funny. I thought that was great. Okay, so I'm going to put this on one of the postcards just so that you guys can see. And this one, if I was thinking if I had an umbrella brooch, but I do not. This says to wish you a happy Easter, and it's these little chickens with their candlestick phones. But we might as well have ducks along with the chickens to just add a little bit of Easter cheer your way, because why not? I mean, aren't they fantastic? Yes, they are. They're great. So we're going to start the countdown. I love these ducks. I just can't get over how adorable they are. Okay. And a very successful design. So here we are at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. And the little rhinestones that they use in these, the crystals, are so good because they sparkle like little diamonds. It's almost like Swarovski crystal.
Yeah.
And it could very well be one of those pieces. So it's great. The ducks, I know. They're wonderful. Rachel, congratulations. Those are yours. Oh, I'm so glad they're going to a good home. I love them. Okay. Congratulations, Rachel.
And just sent me a message saying, get a wriggle on.
Okay.
Going too slow.
I'm going
Sorry,
to
Ange.
do my last piece of the evening. Yeah, this has been kind of long. We've been chatty.
I think we've got one each. Have we got one each last?
One
Left?
each left.
Yeah.
So I'll do my last piece of the evening while I'm on this page.
Okay, page. Yeah.
And this is starting off this little bee. He's a little bumblebee. He is starting off at $15 in the chat, and I don't ever find a lot of bug brooches, so that's why I was very excited to get him. I do think he's a little bumblebee. He has Aurora borealis down his back and little black eyes and a whole lot of texture, and he's just very fun. So he's a great little scatter size pen, but he is a bug and he's extra special. Now he came he came with me across the country because I found him on the world's longest yard sale. And actually, he is signed. Yes, I knew it. Okay, hang on. I think that this is what this is. Yeah. Hang on. Let me get my loop. Let me just confirm that what I wrote down is correct. So let me just double check on him for a second, because I think he's quite special. Yeah, he is signed. And I wrote down one thing, and I just wanted to confirm that he is that. Yes.
Oh,
so he is Appley, Apploee. And this is a really interesting brooch manufacturer that I found did a lot of bugs. And that's all that I've been able to find about this particular company. I did look at my Jewelry Collectors International, and did not find that signature, but I did see that they did some other bugs. So this one is a great piece, and he's got a lot of sparkle to him. He's just a little bee, friendly and ready to go for summer and all of your gardening. And if you like bees, he would be great. So I'm going to get him on one of our postcards, and I'm really doing the Easter theme because Easter is coming up, and I love these little mischievous chickens. And speaking of mischievous chickens, we have a mischievous chicken in a dunce cap emptying his chamber pot to little happy chickens playing the banjo. Not banjo. What is that?
It's an accordion.
Yeah, accordion down below. So I love the little chickens, and they can have a little bumblebee flying above them, setting the scene for all of their mischievous ways.
Hi, Serenity.
Hi, Serenity. So this is a great signed piece. He is a little bumblebee. Hard to find bugs. Don't find a lot of them. So I was really pleased to get him. So we'll start the countdown here. I know this is my favorite postcard, I think, in my collection, Gavin. He's really great. Well, we'll start the countdown here at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. I love the AB stones on his abdomen. I think they're very cool. Yeah, that postcard is fun. It just, like, how great is that? Who thought of this is what I want to know. Like, in some meeting, they're like, let's put some chickens emptying a chamber pot. That will get a laugh. And it sure does get a laugh. Okay, I think I see who's grabbing that. Kelly, congratulations. That is yours for 2.
I think that it's Serenity.
Oh, you're right. I am so sorry, Kelly. I'm going to send you something else in your box for that mistake. But Kelly, Serenity did get that for 31. So congratulations, Serenity. That is headed your way. Okay. And I'm going to make a note.
You've got a capital letter, Katie from Ange. What are the rules? What are the rules, Anna Catherine, says Angela. We don't announce until Angela
Yes, I know. We don't announce. But I read Angela's message. Oh, I see what happened. Angela said sold, and then Kelly was right after at 32, and I combined the two together. Oh my gosh. It's late, and I'm just crossed the wires in my brain. Oh my goodness. Yes. I know, Kim. It's after midnight here. So I'm a little bit like, okay, what's happening? All right. Let's see. The last piece of the evening is this fabulous little crown that Nate procured, and I love it. It's 2 inches in size. Crown brooches are always fun.
Yeah, I like crown brooches too.
This is starting off at $12 in the chat, and it's a lot of brooch, Nate.
It seems quite festive to me as well, sort of Christmassy, and I'm not really quite sure why it does that, but it does give me some sort of Christmassy vibes. I thought this was really pretty. These 5 beautiful, bright pink marquees. Did we test these stones?
Yes, and what's interesting is they come across pink, but they are a red, really, really vibrant ruby red.
Yeah, I just thought this was a particularly nice example of crown pieces.
And it's the size for me, too, that really makes this. I don't believe that this is truly, old. I think it's probably 90s, but it's really cool in its design because it's so dimensional. And then you've got all the texture on the gold, to me, which really makes it. And that would be really fun on a little hat.
Oh, that looks smart. That looks really smart.
Yeah, great on a headband, too, Kim. I totally yeah, I think a headband would be fun.
We call my mother the princess and my mother-in-law was the queen.
Oh, I love that. So there's this woman here. Come here. There's this postcard that has this lady, and it says, it's nice that you show a lot of pep, but it's still wise to watch your step. And what I love about her is, if I can get this right, well, if you had the right postcard, you could kind of make the crown like the topper for the lady's head. You see where I'm kind of going with that. It's hard to do.
Reminds me of a Christmas drinking game where you get a Santa hat and you put it on the side of your television like that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Whenever anybody perfectly looks like they're wearing the Santa hat because they're just in the right position, you have to take a drink.
Yeah, there's a age-old Florida drinking game here that whenever we have hurricanes and there's giving all the reports about hurricanes, anytime our governor says this particular word, you have to take a shot or something, and it's all over social media when we have hurricanes here. So, yeah, I love that. That could be a very fun party game. Okay, we'll start the countdown here.
You raised a Valkyrie.
At 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bid end. I agree, Kim. This postcard works well with this brooch. It's very cool. Okay. And then we've got to get all the chickens back in their happy little home over here. And that's the story. All right.
That goes to Rachel. Fantastic. Thanks very much, Rachel. I think that's a really sweet brooch. The lovely saturation of color on those really pink stones.
Rachel, that is fabulous. So that is coming to you. You are going to be all glammed out on your hat. And I can't wait to see that. That'll be fun. Okay, so that is going to be it for us. There is one postcard still available for $5 if anybody is interested. It is this fabulous Are You Engaged postcard with this amazing Art Nouveau detail on the back. And
Yep,
then,
Trina. Katie is in Jacksonville, Florida.
yes, I am in Jacksonville. And then, of course, Nate has this amazing. What am I doing?
Thanks, Kim. Thank you, Kim.
Goldstone brooch as well, if you're interested. And that is still available. Just put Goldstone. The Goldstone brooch is $18 if anyone is interested in those things. Okay, so we've got one more giveaway to conclude and round out our sale tonight. So these are mystery giveaways. You don't know what you're getting, but you'll get something fun in the mail as a little surprise from me. And a big thank you for coming to our sale. So, Nate, how can the folks at home win these giveaways?
Okay. I've already got letters coming into the chat. So yeah, enter one letter at a time. Enter as many times. Open to everybody. They beat me to it.
Yeah, I think people already kind of know the drill, but it's good to refresh people's memories for our.
Desert Girl says that her Holy Grail item this year is a Dala horse. Are they the Swedish red painted horses? I think I know what they are. Since I have a package coming, I will add that postcard, please, said Serenity.
Oh, Serenity, great. Yes, I will do that postcard for you. I think that is just the coolest thing. So Serenity gets that. Excellent.
Okay. Now, the third and last giveaway. Let's look for the winner.
Yes. Okay, let's see.
Oh my Godfathers.
Yep, I see it too. If you want to text it to me, but I'm pretty sure we see the
It's Angela. It
is
Angela with D.
Angela, you won our last giveaway. So
this is rigged. I work here and I think it's rigged. So
I'm starting to wonder if this is rigged somehow and I wasn't let in on it.
It's so funny.
Angela.
Katie and I
the lottery.
Yeah, Katie and I and Ange and sometimes Christy will be on the phone together and we'll be talking about brooches and showing brooches and we'll be pricing stuff for the sale, but we never talk about the secret letters.
No, never.
Ever.
And if Nate sends me the secret letters, like we're pricing brooches, everybody's on the phone call. Nate will say, I just sent in our private chat the secret letters through, and I will always say, Roger, Roger. When I get and like we speak in code, nobody knows these. And so you'd have to hack into my phone. But Debbie K.
Debbie K, if you're still here, Debbie K.
Debbie.
Please, Debbie, if you're still here, send Katie your details and Ange is gifting that to you. It's bizarre. That's what it is.
Angela, because I was really trying. Oh, that's so fun. Well, thank you all for joining us.
We've got Debbie K there. Debbie K, please send your details through to the address, email address on screen. Don't forget the one at the end of creations.
Yeah,
thank you. Thanks very much, Angela. That's very sweet of you.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of our sale. Angela and Karen, a big thank you to you, as you were always so helpful and valuable to making our sales run so smoothly. Nate, I love doing this with you. I'm so glad you're able to join us.
Me too. It's so exciting. I so enjoy spending time with you and everybody and having a chance to just sort of have a chin wag and have some fun and talk about things we all have in common. I love that. I just love it.
I love that too. It's really fun. And of course, guys, be on the lookout for Pamela Blanchard. Pam's daughter, Kelly, was in the chat tonight. Pam got back from England recently with her friend Gabby, who we all know and love around this community. And they have some great Saturday night sales. Pam's been doing with Special Treasures from England, and you do not want to miss that. So that will be every Saturday at 8 o'clock. And then next Saturday, The 29th, I've nailed down the date. I'll be having my sale with Vinny. So if you love old packaging, advertising, postcards, great graphics, I've got some really cool treasures coming your way on that sale. And I know Vinny does as well. So that will be at 6 o'clock this next Saturday. And then I will also have my regular sale will be in our slot at 10 o'clock. So you can join us there. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us tonight. And as always, I hope you'll save that vintage, spin that vinyl, and vintage YouTube. Bye-bye, everyone.
Toodaloo, kangaroos.